All good to go here, Chris. No worries. The chilly. No, I bet it's not. Macca, you want to test out your mic?
I just heard the music.
Yeah, no, don't panic. It was just a... We'll get a mention.
PG needs. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Gas, call 13 11 61. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Friday night footy here at UTAS Stadium, TSL Round 8. And it's the big clash of the local rivals, North Launceston at home to Launceston, as we start our second round of games here. Everyone's played each other once, so we've had a third of the season, and North Launceston are well on top, won every game so far, and are looking to consolidate that position on top of the ladder. My name's Dave Moore, this is City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. Let's introduce the commentary team this evening. First of all, welcome back to City Park Radio. A bit of an absence, Macca, Matthew McGee.
I've had my renewal leave, Foz. I've had the whole round off.
Yeah, you have.
I'm back since Good Friday. It's been a long, prayerful moment for me. And, yes, it's good. Good to be back. I hope it's a little bit more competitive than what Good Friday was. The conditions might make a little bit there, but geez, North Launceston are flying, aren't they? 6-0, 270-odd%. Launceston, couple of wins. To be totally honest, we didn't think they might have got one after Good Friday, but a couple of wins and then a loss last week to Glenorchy. But hopefully the improvement can be seen tonight.
And the experts chair this evening, it's Max Walker. G'day, Max.
Good evening, Dave. Good afternoon and morning and everything else in between.
Around the world?
Around the world, yes. We have listeners everywhere. So, yeah, looking forward to tonight. As Macca said, Launceston have got a bit of catching up to do from 6-7 weeks ago. But, yeah, look, they'll be looking for just improvement. Bit of a hiccup last week. A couple of weeks before that, they showed definite improvement. But they've got a task and a half in front of them tonight.
And just before we go any further, Foz, Ken Hinkley got in trouble the other week for playing Connor Rosie when he probably shouldn't have played. He was injured. They played him. He didn't get through the game. Yeah. One of our teammates tonight, Max, is under a big injury cloud.
He is, yes.
So if he has to sit down later on, he might hand the reins to you and I in groups.
No chance.
Oh, is it you, Foz?
I've missed one game in 12 years, so I'm not going to miss this one.
You are under an injury cloud, though?
A bit of injury cloud.
Let's let our listeners know.
Thank you. Dave Group is on stats tonight, and down on a very chilly UTAS Stadium, it's Chris Sayer. Good evening, Chris.
Yes, it is quite chilly.
Must get hit by a ball there.
Hit by the ball. Put me down for a stat, Groups. It is chilly. The Weather Bureau says it's 9 degrees. I find that hard to believe. It feels more like 3 or 4 degrees. The ground is in fantastic condition, as you'd expect, even after an AFL game last Saturday, even though that was the wrong result.
For some.
Brody Palfreman has won the toss, kicking to the northern end, which is favoured by a very slight breeze. I wouldn't really say it's sort of any goal breeze anyway, but Launceston's kicking to the northern end. And just to complete the picture, we have a lovely waxing gibbous moon upstairs.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for that meteorological perspective there. And, astronomical perspective as well for Chris Sayer. Yes, Macca, we're about to get underway.
Another game tonight, down at Blunston Arena. Clarence at 23 to Lauderdale 7. Jack Rewald, of course, is playing for Clarence. Unfortunately, Mitch Robinson is laid out for Lauderdale. But we've seen Jack kick one. A customary snap from the boundary early, so we'll keep you updated on that game.
And we do have Blair Brownless coming on at half-time, who's at that game, if he can extract himself from the Clarence Social Club.
Yeah, we'll
have
past
him,
players, Blair Brownless, I think he's the president.
I think he's got that office, but anyway, we will hear from him at half-time. He's on the spot there at Bell Reeve Oval. Okay, round 8 action here on the TSL. It's umpire Tom McAtee about to get things underway. And for City Park Radio Sport and our sponsor, Elgas, here is Matthew McGee.
So Alex Lee up against Tina McCormack. Just waiting for the clock to tick over here, I believe. Former Rocher Lee player, Bradley Cox. Good, you're on the wing, Foz?
Yeah, he had a good game last week, 4 goals.
Yeah, stepping up to the TSL now, Bradley. Let's see what can happen after his NTFA stint last week. So this is going to be the issue, I think, for Launceston. They might try and block things up when the ball's in general play. But when it's this 6-6-6, if North Launceston get on top in the stoppages out of the centre, Max, it could be a little bit dangerous for those Launceston inexperienced defenders.
Yeah, it could, Macca. 6-6-6 sounds ominous, though, as long as there's not that many goals a quarter for them either. Because we know how damaging they can be. They've got a really good spread this year across the back line. Bales is coming into his own. You've got Lee in the middle. You've got the big cat who's changed colours down at full forward. Big Tony McGuinness.
Palfreman starting back, Macca.
Yeah. He is playing at centre-half back there. Ball goes up now. The clock's gone. Here is Alex Lee. Comes down over the top. North Launceston are away through Stingle. Get it out the outside and they're away already. Here's Manshandon.
Palfreman started on Manshandon and went straight into the middle.
Manshandon, good hit up. Good lead already there to Brandon Leary. So, interrupted pre-season for Manshandon, but he's back into this lineup. Had a really good 2023.
Facial injury pre-season?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and then a little bit of a leg issue as well. But Brandon Leary kicking towards the City end of the ground. 14 goals for the year for Leary. That stutter approach. He breaks the 50. He leans back. It's going to fall short. They're 2-on-1 here, Launceston. And it goes out of bounds. Seth Pfeiffer sees it across the line. So you're right, Max. They hit up, didn't they, straight away. Palfreman's opponent.
Yep. Wouldn't be accustomed to playing at centre-half back, I don't think, Brody.
Boundary throw in. Right forward pocket. North Launceston into the ground. Some good matchups out there at the moment. Isaac Hyde on Sulzberger, 2 ex St Pat's teammates. Ball falls short. Aganis over the top. Griffiths twists and turns. Which way is it going to bounce?
That's
it
a
comes
goal.
off the boot of Chug.
That's a
He
goal.
went to mark it, chest mark it, fell through his arms and hit right on the end of the boot. And it's gone through for an opportunistic, some would say lucky goal, Max Morgan.
You won't see more luckier than that, will you? You're right. Who was it? Griffiths kicked it forward and looked pretty good off the boot, had the right tumble on it, and Man Shannon, I think it was, wasn't it? He went to mark it, went straight through his hands.
Declan Chug.
Declan Chug, the newfound forward of North Launceston, and straight through his hands, and might have knew what he was doing.
Yeah, well, Chug's kicked 11 for the year.
First goal.
That's his 12th.
First goal of the game to the Bombers. That first centre clearance. And that's where today, I think, or tonight, it's going to be interesting for Launceston. Can they break even from those centre clearances? McCormack up against Lee. Lee wins it easily. Out in the direction, though, of Presnell. Breaks a tackle. Tries to get it forward, but in the way with an intercept mark there is Nicholas. Mitchell Nicholas finds an outlet there in Lee. Straight away gets it now to Mitchell. Mitchell towards half forward. Here's Declan Chug again. Has support here from Avent. Slight fumble. Diving in is Gillo. He can't pick it up. And he'll force a stoppage right near the boundary line, you'd think. So ball up.
Already that run from behind Max, North Launceston, first opportunity. Mitchell it was on that occasion.
Yeah, he runs really well too, Mitchell. Always in the right spot. Timed to perfection then off Lee.
Cox Goodjar, smothered kick. Gillo, Bailey Gillo, left foot. Umpire says out of bounds on the left foot. They'll have another throw in.
Yeah, that was interesting there. I think the boundary umpires disagreed with each other. But
didn't look out, to be honest.
No, I didn't think it did either. But anyway, boundary throw in. Keenan McCormack, what a big task he's got tonight against Alex Lee in the absence of Jake Kilby, who's been Launceston's ruckman for most of the year. Lee, beautiful tap to Stingle, but he fumbles. Chance here now for Riley. And just bottles it up for another stoppage. Ball up. Quarter time at Bellreeve, Macca.
Yeah, Clarence 23, lead the Bombers 7.
Hyatt now from the stoppage. Handball to space, only as far as Nicholas, who can't pick it up. Stingle taking a tackle, maybe without it. Out the back comes out of Jones. Handball to nobody in particular. Bennett weaves his way through. Gets it to Cox Goodjar. Throw, says the umpire. Incorrect disposal.
Yeah, it was he fell loose and then he just hit it out of midair, which is incorrect.
Nice tackle there by the number 46, Max Scully. I suspect there's one of the Irishmen that's come over to have a go here at Launceston. Liam Jones now to half forward. Rocky Barron's there. Over the back, nearly a mark to Ives. Spills. Cox Goodjar overruns it. Avent with a little handball. Spinning out now as Riley's tackled immediately. So it'll be another ball out. In fact, he's pinged for holding the ball. Had prior opportunity set at the umpire. That's Sulzberger with a free kick.
Sulzberger, one of the most improved players over the last 18 months in the TSL, finds Alex Lee. Lee's going to switch it and switch it wide. Got Ives, gives it to Cox Goodjar on the left, goes towards the railway wing. Here they go, that's beautiful movement of the footy. One bounce North Launceston, far side of the wing. Handball over the top, comes through now. The North Launceston hands of Bailey Mitchell. Hit up, here's Ives. Ives, inside 50, they're going to fly. Who's it going to be? No, it's well cut off there, the Launceston defender in Sam Foley. Who was on the far wing there, Fozzle? Did you get an ID for me?
Yeah, it was Bailey and Lockie Mitchell combined there.
It was Bailey
6 and the
Mitchell.
11. Yep. It's Lockie to Bailey, back to Lockie again.
This is Bailey Gillo. So Bailey Gillo, his brother Josh, playing over in South Australia this year. Left foot, little up and under, centre wing, in front of the interchange. Riley flies, comes down the front. Here's Man Shannon, he'll twist, he'll turn. He's got plenty of time and he goes backwards 30 metres. And this is Mitchell. Not a great kick. Theo Ives has got to butter it up, gives it away by hand. McCormack comes through. Good effort here from the Launceston player, and Benny Hyatt kicked a lot of goals. Here's Barron on the outside. He could have taken it, but fumbled the handball from Liam Jones, and it goes out of bounds, left forward pocket, just beyond the 50-metre arc.
Not sure whether the ball's greasy yet or not, but we're seeing just that first touch fumble a bit tonight. It's a boundary throw in, 70 metres around from Launceston's goal. Inside 50s, just the 2 so far to North Launceston, none to Launceston. Played a lot between the arcs so far. 6 minutes gone, just the 1 goal kicked. McCormack this time wins it straight to Chug, who's tackled from behind. Ball spills free. Now to Nicholas. Sweeping handball. Will find Bales. Hands off now to Lockie Mitchell. Lockie Mitchell kicks towards half back, but getting in the way nicely there is Josiah Burling. Burling now sets up to go longer to full forward. No one can take a mark. Spills to the ground. Cox Goodger sweeping back. Little kick. Only as far here as Presnell, who's tackled by Sulzberger. And as the umpires see that, holding the ball. So they're going to play that tonight, Macca.
Cheapers.
They're going to pay that. Second time, I reckon, it's been paid. Dylan Riley got caught there before in a similar situation. Little kick looking for Cox Goodger. Gets it at the second grab. Plays on now. Spots up man Shandon. Defensive side of the wing. Oh, back to Cox Goodger, who's under pressure here from Foley. And high tackle, high contact. Lucky for Cox Goodger. He'll take the free kick. Slightly defensive side of the wing.
He just had to go low, Foley. He had him done like a dinner, but just slipped it high. Cox Goodger, spearing pass. Cannot find his teammate, his bootlaces there, Jack Ahern. Inside 50, Leary reaches, can't get there. Griffiths dangerous. Oh, he just plays a few party tricks with the ball. He has a shot now, Griffiths, but the party's over. It goes out of bounds on the full.
Max Launceston pressure's been okay early. They've conceded that one lucky goal.
Yeah, just a couple of sloppy tackles as well. Just keeps North Launceston controlling the ball, doesn't it? They've conceded that one goal, and again, it was a lucky goal.
Up and goes here. It was Lee or Bennett, and it was Lee. His third or fourth mark already for this quarter. Goes to Avent. He'll get on the back foot now, goes short. Could have gone to Leary, but it's a good mark. There, North Launceston inside 50, and it's going to go to Bo Nash. So Bo Nash, he'll kick from about 45.
For Tassie Devil, Macca?
Yeah, former Devil, his younger brother here as well. So from down Devonport, Jake Nash. He's been in and out of the Devils this year. So Bo Nash kicks now, city end, slow, and it's not straight enough. It goes out through for a behind. So North Launceston, they're 1-1-7. Launceston yet to score.
Quick comment from Chris Sayer on the boundary.
Yeah, it must be cold because Beach Thorpe's down here coaching at grand level and he's not wearing shorts. He's in the tracky decks.
There you go, Thorpe. All rugged up. Alex Russell down there. He's playing with some Pat's old boys in the seconds tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
There's the long kick out. It's knocked out of play.
Is that an exclusive, Foz?
It is. Well, I read in the paper, so it's not that exclusive.
Okay.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Thank you for your support. So young player here, Caleb Brewer, in the ruck now against Lee. Lee does win the tap. Loose ball. There's Bo Nash once again. He's tackled to a standstill. We'll get another stoppage.
There's Caleb Brewer.
Know much about him, Macca?
His dad was lucky enough to play with me at South Launceston way back in the twos. No, he's good. He's athlete. Really nice cricketer too. Plays A-grade at
Riverside?
Riverside. Has played A-grade. This is good work from Launceston from the stoppage. Polframan. He got it from Hyatt. Goes a little bit wider. There's the turnover. They don't want to get this ball back. They do well, Launceston. There's another holding the footy, I believe it is. It's going to be a free kick to Bennett. So Bennett having an amazing season, just cutting everything off. Comes in board. Jones cuts it off there from Bailey Mitchell. Here's Polframan running off the back. Isaac Hyatt, left foot. What's he got? Not great.
No one
just
there.
No one there to go to. Just had to make a better decision. It's well cut off by Mitchell. Mitchell comes out now and finds Bailey Mitchell. So it was Lockie to Bailey. Jones. Umpire said touch ball, play on. He stepped inside. Jones goes again. Good second effort. It's caught under him. Has to get rid of it. He does. The umpire says give it to me. Good tackle there from Sam Simpson.
One thing I noticed then with Bailey Mitchell, and you see it a lot of him, he could have kicked that long. He just loves kicking the little 15, 20 metre kicks, doesn't he?
It's a massive punch from Lee, 25 metres. Don't miss that one, Max. Could cost him a vote. Here's Burling. Ball comes out. He has been dominant, Alex Lee. He's doing more around the ground in this quarter than I've seen for quite a while.
He's got my 3 votes.
Speaking of
So
votes,
far.
Max was spot on last game at Launceston versus North Hobart.
Well, I
Windsor
heard
Park.
that the vote givers probably listened to Max.
No comment.
So
I
they've
know nothing of that.
used his special
I
comments.
know nothing of that.
They've used his special comments and his votes in the media, which he is. He's a
I
media
just think he's
player.
He's a
Ball
good
goes
judge.
out of bounds in front of us here, Isaac Hyatt.
Doesn't surprise us.
He's a good judge at times.
Speaking of Alex Lee, I wonder how many hit-outs he's had already to date.
Yes, he's had 9-2 is the tally.
David Gruber, I tell you what, this last Saturday he was up and about the Grubes. Here watching his Hawks. My word, he hasn't stopped talking about it all week. Alex Lee, nice little palm down. What do you reckon the... I'm not allowed to talk about kilos anymore, in the AFL, but Alex Lee would be giving quite a few kilos. Brewer would be giving quite a few kilos to Alex Lee.
It'd be 30, I would have thought.
Liam Jones in the ruck now.
Oh, gee. Tries hard, Liam Jones, but it comes to Chug from Lee. Here's a Hearn. Nash. Nash gives it over to Cox Goodger inside 50, not quite. Polferman does well at half back. Puts the body on the line. They fly in here. This is what we like to see in these Launceston derbies. And it's just outside 50. That wasn't an inside 50 for Dave Gruber.
Dave Gruber's a bit disappointed your back, Macca, because he hasn't get up to be on the mic today.
Well, he can have it if he wants. Carlton are on tonight. We'll give you those scores later on. Up against Sydney. Big game up there. Sydney are flying. Here's Lee. Good smother. Sam Foley, it's bounced off his scon, I think. Didn't have any idea where the ball went. Here's Lenny Faulkner. He's going to go inboard with an inside-out handball. Didn't make it affect to Polferman. Coming the other way there was Michael Stingle. Now it's good. Breaks the centre. Here is Jack Ahern. Big Cat. Here he comes. Big Tony Aganis can't take the mark. And it comes via Burling. No, here's Griffiths. Cuts it off. 30 metres out from goal. They're going to have a shot at goal off the boot of Dave Summers. And it's missed right side as Chug tries to belt it in. So Dave Summers just omitted from the Devils for this week. Jackson Thorpe back into that lineup. Of course, the Devils play down at Kingborough against the Eastern Rangers.
Going down, Macca?
Sunday. I'm going down, Fossil. Bit to watch. Bit to see. There's a bit of chatter about a few Tassie boys mid-season. Van Dam last week was excellent. Of course, the North Launceston on-baller now, you call him. Had 30-odd. Bit of chatter there mid-season. Geordie Payne as well. And Eastern Rangers have got a boy called Josh Smiley. Yep. He's about 194. Big brute of a boy. He could go very much in the top three or four draft picks come November. So I'm looking forward to watching him.
Griffiths tries to break clear now. Cox Goodger gets tackled. Now Foley on the left foot. Breaks open the play. Kicks to the wing. Spawned from behind by Lockie Mitchell. Second opportunity. Tackled hard there by Scully. There'll be a ball up. Attacking side of the wing. Umpires tonight. Tom McEntee, Ryan Gregson, and a late change, Max.
Yes.
Ollie Rye out. Adam Hayes in.
Correct. Not quite sure what happened there.
Well, that might be out in the full there from Isaac Hyatt. And Tom McEntee.
He's called it...
he's called it out of bounds in the full.
No, he's called it deliberate.
Thank you.
Or it's not called deliberate.
Insufficient intent.
Insufficient intent.
Jack Avent.
Intent.
Avent's had a lot of it so far, as has Nicholas. He's got some space. Drilling pass to Chug. Hits him on the chest. Turns straight away. In fact, it's Dave Summers. Kicks to the goal square. Over the back. Aganis. Free kick coming up. Infringement there in the marking contest. Blade Sulzberger, the number 21, will get up and take the free kick 20 metres out, pretty much directly in front. So a chance here for North Launceston's second. They kicked one in the first minute or two, but we're now at the 15-minute mark just about. And the chance now for their second goal. Blade Sulzberger, now one of the top on-ballers in the competition. In he comes. Sulzberger drills the goal. That's their second North Launceston. They move on to 2-1-13, and the Blues are yet to score here at UTAS Stadium 15 minutes in.
They're probably lucky. The scoreboard's flattering Launceston a little bit. I'd say that North Launceston have probably had 3 or 4 to 1 disposals to Launceston's 1, but they're just not putting them away in this quarter. They tend to give you a little 20-metre kick or a smother. What Launceston have done has defended pretty well so far.
I was thinking back to Good Friday, and Launceston that day, I remember, had probably 3, maybe 4 opportunities in the first quarter. They blew a few of those out of bounds or behinds, and then it was well over after that. But he's got to take those opportunities. Just try and keep it in there. Like, it was unlucky here, insufficient intent. The ball was half a metre from the line. He probably never thought that was ever going to happen, but it's just that little bit of experience. Here's Nash from Lee, another great tap, inside 50 for Dave Gruber. Bounces over a man Shannon's head, which is not hard to do. Here it comes now to Burling. He belts it out with a torpedo towards the railway wing. Trying to find touch. It's close to it, and it goes out now off Ben Hyatt. So Benny Hyatt, as we mentioned before, 14 goals for the year, 13 in the last 3 weeks. Benny Hyatt coming over to play with his brother from Hillwood. And took him a couple of weeks to sort of get into it, but he's really enjoying his time. And to kick 13 goals in the last 3 weeks, things are going well for Benny Hyatt. Let's see what he can do tonight. Here's Lee just doing what he wants in the ruck, putting it exactly where he wants. This time it finds Avent. Avent, he goes and gets his own handball, gives it back to Nicholas. He wheels and goes on that left hand. Cox Goodger gets it from Lee. Good stretch on the outer wing. North Launceston now come back inboard, turnover. Sam Foley.
Foley takes a mark. Poor kick there from Simpson. Foley now, straight away kick towards half forward. Good sprawl from the back. Bennett over the top of Jones. And it's out of bounds. I think, Max, one thing we've seen already is that North Launceston can play about 8 different players through the middle there. We saw Bo Nash getting that clearance. So they're going to be able to give a lot of rest to those on-ballers as the day goes on.
Yeah, they are. Nash, Brad Cox Goodger, Man Shandon, they've all had a roll through there already, and it's only 17 minutes in the first quarter.
Bounty throw in. It's McCormack against Lee. Lee taps it straight to Foley, who fumbles. Now we get a free kick for high contact. It's coming back here to Sulzberg, who kicked the second goal for North Launceston.
Free kicks for Dave Gruber.
Have a look there, Macca, while I call the play.
7 or 8 to 2.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going well and truly one way at the moment.
Nicholas to Jake Nash at half back. He plays on immediately. Kicks towards the centre of the ground. Flying from behind there is Fife. It falls in the lap, though, of Stingle. Another player who can play on ball. Oh, gee, we've got an encroachment over the mark.
No, downfield free kick against Burling. I think it's going to go to Summers.
Or
and
it,
50.
no,
Well,
and
it's
50. Yep. So Burling infringing there, and it will bring the player there in Stingle. Doesn't kick a lot of goals. Gee, that's a generous 50. He's about 25 out right in front.
That's
the 50 would have to be from here, though, where the infringement was.
No, it's 50 metres from where the ball was, Max, or whichever's greater.
Okay.
So if that player had been further down the field, he would have got the kick from there. Is that right? But they've actually given 50 here.
Stingle.
You're the umpire.
For North Launceston, third left foot kick. Umpire barely moves. North Launceston move further away. Early days here at UTAS Stadium. 3-1-19, leading Launceston yet to score. Let's get an update from Bell Reeve from Matthew McGee.
24 to 13. Foz Clarence are in front 10 minutes into the second. Yeah. So if they give 50, Max, the ball goes beyond where the free kick was. Otherwise, you just give a down the field free kick to here, and it could be 60 out, whereas that takes him to a more dangerous spot.
I interpreted that as Burling giving a bit of a lip to the umpire who had paid the 50 against him, so where the kick was. So I assumed that it may have been Burling.
No, they took the 50 from there because the free kick was down the field.
Move on, Macca. I'll never win.
That's what it
was.
was.
Healthy debate. Very good.
Glad to be back. Anyway, it doesn't matter because the goal.
It is.
3-1-19, Stingle.
Yet to score.
And interesting, as you mentioned, Stingle doesn't really kick many goals. Sulzberg, we haven't seen over the years kick too many goals as midfielders. Those free kicks are racking up now, Dave Gruber.
Yeah, we got 8 to 2.
Yeah. Here's Nash again, being good early, Bo Nash.
Another one, 9 to 2.
9 to 2. Just got to go low with these tackles. Liam Jones has given a couple away. Nicholas, silky left foot. Good hit up. Coming back inside now, North Launceston looking for Lee, can't find him. Jake Nash has got to go back. Here's Brewer. Oh, he's dropped that. Well done to Jones. Good on the up. Over the back here now, one bounce. It's going to be a shot for Benny Hyatt. The goal kicker, Benny Hyatt. He's got it. He's on fire. Benny Hyatt, lovely goal. Great finish. Good turnover. And they just tried to come back in there on the inboard. And that was Bo Nash. And he tried to come inboard. Alex Lee cut it off. Brewer held up. Liam Jones was the one. He was on the up and he gave the release handball to Benny Hyatt. Got to 30 metres, snapped it over the top, and it went straight through for a goal.
15 goals for the season for Ben Hyatt, and it's one they desperately needed, Max.
Yeah, it is. And North are taking the risks, but Launceston then just managed to read that a little bit and got it out. Thought Brewer was a little bit unlucky there not to get caught. He was pretty...
Laid it like an egg.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but it's on the board, and that's all that matters for the Launceston team.
Lee gets a tap, but it's sharked there by Paulford, who's now in the middle after that early experiment there at half-back. So a good little effort there from Launceston and Ben Hyatt to just get that early goal they needed, as Barron now kicks inside 50, but leading out as Bennett taking an intercept mark.
Just reads it that little bit quicker, Bennett.
Switches it now to Jake Nash in the back pocket. Shorts it back to Bennett. Nice kick. Oh, it's knocked out of his hand by Riley. Dangerous here for now for North Launceston. Handball comes to Cox Goodge on his right. Does okay. Kicks on the wing. Burling with the spoil there on Summers. Lands in the lap of Bennett again, who followed up, but it was out of bounds. So Fletcher Bennett covering some territory there. He started the move near the defensive goal square, ended up on the wing.
Right on the spot there, the boundary umpire. Good call.
Clarence 30, lead Lauderdale 13. Halfway through the second quarter at Bellerive tonight, a little bit in front of us. Here's Liam Jones. He twists, he turns, he gets the handball to his mate in Hyatt. It's Isaac Hyatt, looks for Presnell. Out of bounds on the full before he could take the chest mark. Presnell. The ball over to Declan Chugg now with the free kick. He looks inboard, the eyes are scanning, spinning the ball. Probably eventually go down the line. And why wouldn't you when you got Alex Lee there? Tries to put the mid out. Leary takes the crumb, can't get it. Good work at the back there from Launceston. Bailey Kelp. He's held up in the tackle in front of us here in the commentary position. You're listening to City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5. And here's the captain of the commentary team. A little bit wounded, David Moore.
Wounded, but here for duty as Polferman shovels it sideways to Barron. Gets on the left foot, awkward torpedo on the left. Further up the wing, easy mark taken there by Lockie Mitchell. So sometimes in this situation, North switch it, but he's going to go the 45 kick. He spotted up Bo Nash, flies from behind, can't take the mark. On the follow-up, though, he's got it. Picks it up, tries the inside-out kick. Max didn't like that one. Tackled by Stingle. Now back to Nash. Now to Chugg. Chuck inside 50. Leary can't quite take it. Gets it on the bounce. Right foot snap for goal. Brandon Leary off to the right. One behind. Would you like to comment there, Max, on that?
Yeah, I just don't understand why young players, why aren't they learning to be able to execute on both sides of their feet, especially at this level? Like, they watch it on telly, but they've got to remember these blokes on television, it's their job. They spend 35 hours a week with a ball in their hand. These blokes spend 5.
A question for you in a second, Macca, on that is Josiah Burling kicks towards the wing. Off hands. Riley there on the follow-up. He's confronted. Ball up. My question is, Macca, how much do recruiters now value left-right foot skills? As much as they used to?
No.
No?
No.
Well, they should.
No. Boundary throw. Ball up. Sorry, I'll get back to you, Max. Comes out now to Sulzberger. Gets it. Here's Cox Goodger. Breaks the 50. The Cox Goodger cannon. Golski! Well, I know I'm back when I get to call a Bradley Cox Goodger special. And there's another one. Bradley Cox Goodger. As soon as he broke, I tell you what, he's still got the acceleration. He's as fit as ever, Bradley Cox Goodger. And he's got another one, and that's 4-2-26 now, North Launceston. Launceston at 1 straight 6.
Only difference with that one, Macca, he had the composure and the time around him where he could run that 10 or 12 metres inside 50. Could have nearly kicked it with his right from where he was.
Yeah, no, back to your thing. Like, kicking's obviously important, but to be honest now, the game is so fast. It's more just get the ball forward, make good decisions, but also be able to run and go. Yeah, of course, you don't want your blokes turning over the footy, definitely, especially coming out of the back half, but a bit of chaos ball inside 50 won't hurt.
Stingle now with the bounce from the centre ball up. Left foot inside 50. Spills over the back to Kelp. Picks it up. Does pretty well. Kelp now gets it to Pfeiffer. Short distance kick. Defensive side of the wing. And spots up a teammate over there. That's Connell McCormack. Gets it away now to Polfreeman. On the right foot. Short distance kick. Jones drops some marks he should have taken. Jake Nash. Now to Chugg, who's been busy first quarter. Finds some space. Shares it now with Nicholas. Nicholas breaks a tackle. Mitch Nicholas, short distance kick over the head of Leary. Probably should have spotted him up there. He's at full pace. Was Nicholas. Now Leary. He gets free. Kicks towards the goal square. Couple of one-on-one contests here. Bounces away there from Sam Simpson, out of bounds.
I reckon Nicholas could have kept going, Max.
Yes.
He could have either kept going himself or at least dumped it into the square where they had a one-on-one contest.
Yep, so true. So
Back
true.
himself in. If that was Bradley Cox-Goodger, it's through
He
the
would have.
goals, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's where maybe Mitch just needs to go, right, I'm going to have a crack here. So just back to the other comment, kicking's important. Is it as important as it used to be, which was the question? No. If you can't kick, you still can't play very well, Max. Boundary throw in, Aganis, sharked, 5 far, hit up, finds the chest, off the chest of Dylan Riley, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Some stats, Macca. 22 hit-outs to 3.
Yeah.
Clearances pretty even, about 8 apiece. Inside 50s, 12 to 5, the Bombers' way.
Yeah, I reckon they're doing enough. It's just going to be how long can they do it for, Launceston.
It's a big ask, isn't it, with those smaller, inexperienced bodies versus the Cox-Goodgers, the Lees, the Avents.
Boundary throw in. Oh, that could be high on Jones. It is. Bradley Cox-Goodger says he ducked, but he sort of went to ground a fraction.
I think what he said last week, that was play on.
Jones to Isaac Hyatt in the NTFA. Hit up. Lead here. This is Jacob Wheeler. So slow play. Wheeler, not a great kick, Max, that one. That's where you don't want to miss-kick them, and it's a good mark off half-back there, Lockie Mitchell. Slow play. He goes a beautiful kick and opens up the play to Simpson. He'll square it up now to Nicholas. He's a left footer. He finds Sulzberger breaking from the centre square. He goes over the logo now. Inside 50, just a bit too much on it. But Leary just reaches on 50. He now swings and he goes. Brandon Leary, great kick. Oh, Griffiths left it. Oh, Harvey Griffiths left it. He could have taken a chest mark in the square. It bounced on its end. It's been rushed through for 1 behind.
Oh, dear.
Well, that was the good of Leary, and then just a bit of a brain fade.
I think Griffiths was thinking, it's such a brilliant passage of play. It's got to result in a goal, but it didn't. Let off there. Now Launceston. And the half-back there. Presnell gets his handball smothered out of play. A brilliant effort there by Leary. That one-handed grab, Max, and then the set side on goal.
Well, that's what we like about Leary, isn't it? He does the little things that others can't. And to be fair to Griffiths there, he thought it had the travel on it. It was just one of those balls that sat up in the air, and the Lonnie bloke just walked around him and tapped it through.
I'll tell you what, geez, North Launceston used their left foot as well on that umbrella kick around from half-back. They
question.
just go left footer.
Question for you, Mac, at the next stoppage is out it
working
comes.
me
Got a
hard
lot
early.
today. Yep. Chug now, tackle. Might have been holding the ball there. Yes, it was. Free kick. And it'll go the way of Lockie Presnell. He's a great tackler. He laid a tackle last year that probably won the state final with St Patrick's.
Cormac's made the move forward, and they just haven't given it to him. He had Andy Lee. He was in front of him by 25 metres, and they didn't go to him.
Now it's Foley, left half back. So settle things down. 28 minutes gone. Can't be long left in this first quarter. Kick up the wing. High fly. Off hands there of Riley. Now Barron swings towards the forward line. Which way will this bounce? Bounced pretty well for Ives. He tries to tap it. Shark by Jones. Tries to get connection there with Riley. Back to Jones. Fashions a handball now to Barron right on the boundary line. Right foot towards goal. It's 1 against 4 in the goal square. And the North Lonnie defence might win out. No, up pops Riley and snaps. Behind. Hit the post. Dylan Riley. That would have been a big goal for Launceston late in the quarter, boys. It's 1-1-7. Trailing North Launceston 4-3-27.
Yeah, well, they're going okay, Launceston. We said if they can just, be competitive. At the moment, they are competitive. There's a few little errors, and they're just sort of getting outrun on the spread when North Launceston can go. But there is some little signs there. They come out now, North Launceston. Find Bailey Mitchell. They've been good, the Mitchells. Here's Lee. Scrubby kick forward. Well done, Burling off half back. So intercept possession.
Burling and Leary's good matchup.
Burling goes sideways here now, a little bit forwards, and finds Isaac Hyatt. And there's a siren. End of the first quarter, went 30.12 minutes. And North Launceston 4-3-27. Lead Launceston 1-1-7. The goal kickers for North Launceston: Bradley Cox-Goodger, Michael Stingle, Declan Chugg, Blade Sulzberger. And the sole goal for Launceston is Ben Hyatt.
Max Walker, your thoughts on the first quarter?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Look, one thing I hadn't seen before, and obviously he's kicked a few goals in the last few weeks, is Declan Chugg forward. He started off really well, attacked the ball well, sort of stopped at one down there earlier, which I think he was just waiting to see which way it bounced, but don't see that very often. You just stand still and let the ball bounce in front of you. But, he's a bit of a surprise packet, up in front of the goals. We've been accustomed to watching him in the back line, and he's been a regular half-back, back pocket player for them, and good change there. Lockie Mitchell's been good, as has his brother, been off half-back. They've set up a lot of the play. And you spoke about the left-footers a while ago on that far wing, Macca, how they transitioned the ball. One thing I noticed when Sulzberger got it on the wing, he probably had 40 or 50 metres in front of him, but he elected not to bounce. He just had the confidence to be able to hit up the guy who's 40 metres away rather than run and carry and get it closer to the goal. So they're oozing with confidence, the North boys, for the who are they? The Blues. For the Blues early, I've liked Burling, even though he's probably playing on Leary and he's got it a couple of times. Burling has been very honest. Young guy Max Scully, don't know much about him, but he's having a red-hot dip. I noticed him and young Fletcher Bennett having a bit of a chat there for a little while, encouraging each other. And Rocky Barron, probably I'd like to see him get the ball, but obviously with the ball not getting up there a lot,
not a lot of opportunities.
He had that one opportunity there, got it to the top of the square where Riley nearly snuck a goal out of nothing for them. But look, I think their coaching panel would be reasonably happy with 20 points at quarter time. It gives them something to work on. They've set themselves a standard for the remainder of the game now. It's not, haven't been blown out of the water in the first quarter, which North have been able to do numerous times against every other club in the competition, not just this year, but for the last 5 or 6 years. So they've set themselves up to be competitive. They just want to chip away at that lead that North have got and get a little bit closer. That'll be their objective each quarter.
That's Max Walker for City Park Radio Sport here, our expert commentator at quarter time. It's North Launceston by 20 points. This quarter time break brought to you by our sponsor Brew Coffee Hut, making hot drinks for you at the game today. You'll find them just behind the interchange benches there, just tucked out of the wind, but they're serving some great hot drinks there for tonight, the Brew Coffee Hut. Thanks for your support here on City Park Radio. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll have Groups of Stats and Chris Sayer from the Boundary.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. Whether you're moving in or you're settled in, make the switch online today. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Don't lose out. Visit the website, choose your new deal and sign up today. Go online, www.elgas.com.au. Elgas, local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Mr. Lotto here. If you need Lotto, we're open. If you need Post, we're open. If you need magazines, we're open. In fact, we're open for everything, pretty much all the bleeding time. And weekends. Good, innit? So, what are you waiting for? Come on in the main news agency, serving you when you need us most. Cheery pie.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
If you feel qualified enough to explain how the loud, obnoxious, kind of screechy noise your car makes when navigating a roundabout, yep, that one, is actually a totally normal part of the vehicle's design and not a reason to visit the mechanic, then you can ask a mate, are you okay?
No qualifications needed. Visit areyouok.org.au. A conversation could change a life.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 11 61, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to City Park Radio's coverage of TSL Footy Round 8 at UTAS Stadium. It's North Launceston 4-3-27 to Launceston 1-1-7. I'm Dave Moore. I'm with Max Walker, Dave Gruber on stats, Matthew McGee and Chris Sayer on the boundary. Dave Gruber's stats. And to quarter time, hit outs, North Launceston 23-4. Clearances 8-9. 9 to Launceston, 8 to North Launceston. Inside 50s, 13 to the Bombers, 6 to the Blues. Only 2 marks inside 50 for the game so far, both to North Launceston. Intercept marks, 6 to North Launceston, 4 to Launceston. And free kicks, 10 to the Bombers, 4 to Launceston. Macca, how have you seen the first quarter?
Look, I was reasonably impressed with Launceston. That you can tell that they're inexperienced. They made a few mistakes. North Launceston, when they get going, especially off half back, moved the ball really well. It's not going to be a night for, too many hit up leads and marks from either side. You mentioned there was only two marks inside 50. So, look, just the conditions going to be a bit hard to score there. But I think there was a couple of times North Launceston going inside 50. They would have liked to have used the ball a little bit better. And then they probably could have hit the scoreboard a little bit more. So we get the stats there from Launceston. Liam Jones has had 11. He's been pretty busy. Couple of free kicks. Burling 7. Polfram and then 4. Heaps with 4, and that's about all there. They look at Stingle as their player that they watch, and he's had 6.
Down to Chris Say on the boundary. I think he went down to the Blues huddle, Chris.
I was interested to hear what Mitch had to say. He admitted that the centre bounce is a worry, but they knew that before the game. I found that interesting. They need to be stronger in discipline, and too many silly free kicks, and lots of discussion about Brandon Leary's opponent, about sticking on Leary tighter, and also Max Scully. He is Irish, and he's never played the game before this year. Okay,
there you go. I think there's 2 or 3 Irish boys that have come over this year to play with Launceston.
Yeah, there's 4 of them apparently.
4 of them. There we go. Paddy Dwyer unfortunately got a bad knee injury, as we saw at Windsor Park a couple of weeks ago. Thanks, Chris.
What were you going to ask me before?
Mitch Nicholas, is he in the state squad?
No, he's not.
Gee, I tell you what, he's been impressive tonight.
And I was thinking of it before there. If he's in it, then probably one of his teammates isn't in it.
True.
Oh, we might get onto the state squad later on, but it depends what your selection policy is too. For me, any of those ex-Devils that are still in the state and they've been in the system 1 or 2 years from then, I'd have them all in the squad, to be honest. That's what I think it should be about. Getting that talent. They've had a ball up here in the boundary. The ball up's gone North Launceston's way, and then they've got a free kick.
We may have someone that's helped out with selection with us up here tonight.
I've let him know that too, just quietly. Stingle finds Manshandon. So Manshandon, he's a wee man, and he was all on his own in the forward pocket. He's taken a mark, 25 to 30 out. Depends what your policy is. If you're going to go to Queensland and want to win the game and win it well, then you pick your best, but is it about trying to keep that talent in the state that have been in the Devils system for the last couple of years? Is it about your future VFL prospects? And, maybe a Liam Jones, maybe a Mitchy Nicholas is those sort of people that I'm thinking about there. Here's Manshandon. It's a nice kick off the boot. It goes straight through. Will Manshandon, well, how did he get on his own, Max Walker? But he did, and they found him, Stingle, all the way to Manshandon.
Yep, and it was a good 45-metre kick, and you're right, Will Manshandon just lobbed in the pocket, no one near him. Burling stood on the mark and sort of waved his arms around a bit and said, whose man's this? I've got one to look after. And there wasn't too many forthcoming to say, I'll take responsibility for that. So, yeah, very, very sloppy defence work there by the Blues. So that's one that they want to forget about and try and get it forward, boys. Play one-on-one in the middle. You've got Hyatt there on Cox Goodger at the moment. He's focusing on Cox Goodger more than the ball.
Foley now gets tackled. Ball's released. Avent lays a tackle. So does Isaac Hyatt. No one can emerge here from this scrimmage. Should have mentioned earlier the D-League score this evening. It was a really good battle all night. 7-12-54 the Bombers defeated Launceston 6-7-43. So just that 11-point margin there. Some good footy played in that game. As Lee now wins a tap. Straight though to Barron. Barron's tackled. And he's caught holding the ball. Free kick going to the ruckman Alex Lee, who's been a really good contributor tonight for the Bombers. Gee, that's a big kick inside 50. It might carry the contest. It's a goal. Alex Lee from inside the centre square, let fly, carried on the breeze from the south and bounced all its way through to the goals. And that's a great goal to North Launceston. That's 2 quick ones in 2 minutes. 6-3-39 to 1-1-7. Touch of the Jeff Ferrings there. Max, people of our vintage remember that goal from years ago at Moorabbin.
From your vintage, Foz, yes.
Yes.
Can't remember that
You
name.
can't remember that one?
No.
Grooves
but,
is nodding. Grooves is nodding. He remembers.
He was 10 metres inside the centre square then. It was a great kick.
70 metres.
Yep. Don't see ruckman kick it that far very often. Not straight anyway.
Great kick. Great tackle as well from the big man. He's in everything at the moment. Half-time, Macra at Blunston.
Half-time. Clarence by 2 goals. It was a better quarter there from the Lauderdale Bombers. So they're 20. Clarence a 32. 2-goal lead. His man Shannon made a real difference to this north side. Coming in, gives it over to Avent with that breeze. Griffiths takes this one on the chest and kicks the goal. He doesn't make the same mistake twice, Harvey Griffiths, and he takes it on the chest and puts it through. But, geez, I tell you what, man, Shannon looks in great form back into this side, North Launceston.
I think it was Avent, wasn't it, who kicked it to him? They do look similar, 14 and 15, but I could be wrong. But 13 and 15. But,
but it was on the pickup, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Man, Shannon on the pickup on from 50 gave it to Avent.
Yeah, and like you said, Harvey wasn't going to make the same mistake twice. Just marked that one on the chest and slotted it through with ease.
Incredible start, North Launceston. 3 goals in 3 minutes to man Shandon, Lee and Griffiths.
That breeze has got up a bit, though. It's even coming in the window here, Max, which I know you're really happy that it's open.
The windsock is pointing towards the south now from the middle. Jackie Avent's gone down, and so has Alex Lee. So we'll follow that one up. Now it's with Presnell for Launceston. Short kick, looking for Ben Hyatt. Gets through his clutches. Towards the boundary line is Sulzberger. Handballs backwards to Bennett. Now to Nicholas. Nicholas looking for options. Has to backtrack. Then spots up one here and Chug. First grab, second grab, couldn't take it. Emerges again to Declan Chug. Big scrimmage. Now, down in the middle of the ground, Lee has got up and he's coming over to the contest.
Jackie Avent's down. I think it was friendly fire, to be honest, Foz. There was a contest. It might have been Stingle coming the other way after the boundary, after the centre ball up. And I think it just looked like a bit of friendly fire. One coming from the left, one coming from the right.
Ball's out of play.
I think he's okay at the moment. He's up.
So it's a boundary throw in on centre wing. Brad Cox-Goodyear about to come back into the play.
Yeah, Avent's up.
That's good news for the Bombers. They've had a pretty good run with injuries so far this year. Pretty much at full strength. We saw Connor Young have a half in the reserves earlier. As Avent is now tackled. Now back to Nicholas. He's got a lot of possessions. Beautiful kick to Nash. That's Bo Nash. Takes the mark on his chest. Max, you were chatting to Connor Young's father earlier.
Yeah, I was.
Being managed back into the team.
Yeah, first game back this week. Played a half. That was all he was expected to play. And seen him out there at quarter time. Looked pretty happy with himself. So he's got through it okay, which is good. Had a stress fracture.
Okay, so, I was going to ask what the injury was.
Yeah.
Turnover from Bales. It now ends up with Barron. Barron to the 50. Riley up against Theo Ives. He battles well. Liam Jones at ground level, taken high.
Yep.
Pushing the back, taken high. We saw the high on our angle. And Liam Jones had a good first quarter. Maybe one of those that was unlucky for that state squad, Foz, but hasn't had a great start to the year. This could help. And he hits up, good skills, and finds his teammate in Bailey Gillow. Another one in that state squad. Great to see. So Bailey Gillow, he'll kick from about 45 towards the city end. Bit more breeze up now.
He played the best game I've seen him play a couple of weeks ago, Max, there at Windsor Park, Bailey Gillow. I think he got over 40 possessions.
Yeah. I think they did say there could be players come in and into this state squad, which I've got here. 11 from North Launceston, same with Clarence. A couple from Lauderdale, a couple from Launceston. Here's Gillow, pulls the kick. Barron! Rocky Barron flew. Couldn't quite get it. Riley on the bottom. And it's going to be held up in the tackle. Well, he come from nowhere on the point post. Rocky Barron. The excitement machine from Longford. Ball up. Alex Lee. Just monsters Dylan Riley in the ruck. All over in groups. Is going to run out of space in that hit-outs column.
I think what's demonstrated by that shot towards goal there from Gillow is that breeze is really favouring that.
You can see the
Informate parking from the ball up. Lee, lovely tap out. Bailey, Lockie Mitchell is dispossessed. Ooh, almost a sling tackle. Emerges. Bailey Gillow. Now out to Presnell. Back to Wheeler. It kicks to the goal square. Can they take a mark? Malloy kicks a goal. Owen Malloy. The Irishman kicks a goal for Launceston. Right place, right time. From the goal square, snapped it up, and he's kicked, I think it's his third goal for the year.
Yeah.
He kicked one at Lauderdale the other week, which is a big goal in the context of that game, and he's kicked one there for Launceston.
Really good on him, Max, to kick that. Like, they've won the contest here, won the stoppage contest, provided contest in the air, Then the boundary throw in, North Lonnie wouldn't be happy with that, but Mitch Thorpe would be ecstatic.
He would, and it was just a constant pressure, wasn't it? There was no relenting there. They just kept going and going and going. It was a tight contest, and I think that's, we've seen it already in the 7 minutes, those first 3 minutes when they kick the goals. You give North Launceston the space, and they're going to cut you right apart, but you lock it down like that, one-on-one, nice and tight, ground balls, and it's anyone's opportunity to kick a goal.
Underway at the SCG, huge game up there. Carlton 1-2-8 lead the Swans yet to score. Keep you updated with that. Stick with us because the Launceston Blues are doing well. Liam Jones twists and turns on a 50-cent piece in the middle. Goes long forward. It's a good punch on there from Hyatt. Isaac Hyatt, but only as far as Bennett. He'll butter up to Simpson. Over the top to Bales. Bales now on the left foot. He's going to try and hit up his teammate. The kick falls short. Nearly cut off by Sam Foley. And it goes out of bounds in front of Jacob Kerr.
Been quiet so far, Bales, hasn't he? Off half back, probably his first touch, sure. I would have thought.
Boundary throw in, centre wing, railway side.
Depends on your role too. Like, is he playing deep back? Like, the ball hasn't gone very far deep back, but he'd like to get on the few more handball receives, I'd imagine.
Well, Cormac with a rare hit out there. Win. Gets it to Ben Hyatt. Now Polfreeman might have got one high. Gets free. Tries to find Jones by hand. But the intercepting there is North Launceston opponent. And with a ball up, left half forward.
He's turned his game around a little bit too, Jones. The first 15, 20 minutes of the game, it was going against him, but he's done some good things.
Bailey Gillow
so far since then.
Cruising around the back. Now gets it to Isaac Hyatt. Some of the on-ballers getting involved here, including Polfreeman, who's got it now. Squares it up. Oh, Tina McCormack dropped to Soda. He butters up. Now they're under pressure. Foley might make it work all right. Handballs it now back to Polfreeman.
Too high.
No. What do we got there, Macca?
I called it too high when he's bending over to pick up the footy, but
okay.
He is.
So free kick going the way.
It's costly for Launceston.
Chug. He kicks it to the centre of the ground. Stingle with the ball. He'll launch an attack for North Launceston.
Stingle, left foot, not a great one inside out, but it'll come to fruition. He finds man Shandon. Lovely hit up, finds Nash. Inside 50. Bo Nash. Well, that kick was meant to go nowhere near Wheelman Shandon on that occasion.
You have a look at the Launceston on-ballers. The ball was moving forward, in the opposite direction for them. They're all just flat-footed in the middle.
Bo Nash with the wind at his back. He'll kick from 50. It was pretty good early, Bo Nash. Bit of midfield time tonight for the Devonport youngster. He kicks it low. It's not great. Leary jumps and can't get it. Goes out through for a behind. So Burling. He'll take the kick. If you just joined us, the score's North Launceston 7-4-46, lead Launceston 2-1-13. Burling comes down. Isaac Hyatt can't take it. It's well done there from North Launceston by Bennett. He handballs over the top. Can't find his teammate there for North Launceston, Bailey Mitchell. He's at the bottom of the pack. No, he's not. He's left the pack, and it's going to be a ball up. Yes, Dave Moore.
Chris Sayer, the breeze down there. Looks like it's favouring Invermay Park end now.
It is favouring the northern end. It's not really that strong, but it is stronger than the beginning of the game, yeah.
Stingled and Nash. They were away. If he could have taken it, he couldn't. There's another ball up. No, it comes out now. Oh, there's a tackle. Lockie Presnell. It's thrown out of the pack by Alex Lee. And Alex Lee gets up. Tina McCormack battles him in the ruck. Lee takes it on himself. McCormack does well to hold him up in another tackle. So repeat stoppages. This is why you see three Launceston boys in the contested possession top 10, Foz. They love keeping it in tight. Ooh, there's a big hit. Who's this going to? It's going to be North Launceston.
Stingle.
It's tired, is it?
Yep.
No.
Stingle. He's going to take the free kick tucked away on the left boundary, just in front of the northern stand. He wheels and goes on the left. Not a great kick at all. Finds Burling going back. Can't get it. They twist and turn. Here's Cox Goodger. Here's Griffiths. Hits the post, Harvey Griffiths. Tried a banana, which shouldn't work from that pocket. But then the wind nearly brought it back.
That may have been goal of the year.
Well, he kicked a banana, which should have been the pocket that he kicked the snap from, to be honest.
Point of the year so far, Foz. It was a ripper.
Absolutely. From fullback, long kick out, holds up in the breeze. No one can take the mark. Oh, jeez. Ben Hyde almost tried to kick that out of midair. Ends up with Polfreeman. Kicks the wing. There's that ever reliable Fletcher Bennett once again. He's taking lots of marks. across half back today. Shorts it up now to Bo Nash. Tries to switch it, but it's all Launceston. One of those is Rocky Barron. Now he needs to go quickly.
Gotta go.
He's got Riley, but that's a poor kick. Ends up in the lap there of Theo Ives. Riley was all by himself. Now Ives is going to switch it. Looks here for Sulzberger, who takes the mark. He's got lots of options. Goes to the middle to Jake Nash. Misses him by foot. Jake Nash can run onto it though. Needs to get the hands away quickly. Does so. Declan Chug wheels and goes to the pocket to Manchandon, who takes a mark in front of the scoreboard. Just shining brightly at the moment. He shorts it up to that man, Bradley Cox-Goodger, who'll line up to become the first multiple goal kicker of the game this evening. He kicked one, a special, in the first quarter.
You don't want to be too critical, Max, on Rocky Barron, but it was just a bit lethargical after he took the mark. There wasn't any urgency, then he panicked and just wasn't great.
Cox-Goodger, we'll get back to Max in a second. Cox-Goodger steadies for goal. It fades and just goes through for a behind. 7-6, 48 to 2-1-13, Max.
Not quite sure if he had the distance in him to start with. Riley was running away from him. He was trying to make the distance up, in fairness to him. So, 50-50 that one. But he could have played on and used his pace a little bit more.
Well, he should have just gone, yeah. Riley was out the back, the typical Dylan Riley run. Here's Sam Foley. He's going to come near side. Just takes a bit off the kick, looking for Jones. Ives flies over the back. Good mark, Theo Ives. Left foot, inboard, kicks it well. And he'll have another go here, the left footer of Cox-Goodger. But he'll turn fast, and he finds Manchandon.
Sharing it.
Well, he must stink tonight, Max. Nobody's going near little Will Manchandon.
They've forgotten that he is playing. He's been out, but he's back tonight, and they haven't got a magnet on him, Launceston.
I remember Will when he was at school. He's a very, very good runner. Elite endurance, and he's just running them all over at the moment. Will Manchandon lines up for his second. Misses near side. Tried to use the breeze, and it didn't come. So another behind. 7 goals, 6. 7 goals, 7 now, in fact. 7-7, 49. Launceston 2-1-13, Max Walker.
Just going to say Carlton off to a flyer in Sydney 3-2-20 to 1 point to the Sydney Swans.
Well, with the injuries, no one really gave them a chance tonight up in Sydney. We're on fire. Manchandon went short. They're under pressure. Here's Griffiths. He'll twist. He'll turn. He gives it over the top to his teammate there in Cox-Goodger. It's a good tackle from Polframan, who saves the day.
Hit outs 11-1 this quarter, North Launceston. Inside 57-2. Marks inside 57 to North Launceston this quarter after just 2 in the first.
Do you actually have? You don't have to contest a ruck hit out, do you?
No.
Could you just
you have to nominate.
Yeah. But if you don't nominate,
you don't contest it.
Rudy Shoemaker in the ruck contest this time with Ahern. Comes out here towards Isaac Hyatt. Trails it. Can't pick it up. Scrappy stuff. Handball over the top here to Liam Jones. He's tackled. And it's going to be a ball up or a free kick. Looks like it's a ball up here on attacking 50.
It's probably a weird thought. I was just thinking, did Launceston just have an extra one on the ground, and if Lee takes it, just grab him?
Yep.
But just have an extra on baller, because at the moment, they're just wasting a player energy going up. Foley saves the day with a double fist out of bounds. Good spoil.
Lee's gone off for his first spell. I can't recall seeing him go off in the first quarter, Grooves. No, I think he ran all quarter. Yep, you're with me.
Harry Mackay lining up again for the Carlton Blues. He's already kicked one. Launceston Blues could do with a Harry Mackay. I think every team probably could do with a Harry Mackay. Oh, it's not a great kick, though.
Bounty throw in the forward pocket. North Launceston deep into attack. Cox-Goodger in the ruck this time. And he got a high contact as well. And he's going to go back for a shot on goal. So he's the master, Brad Cox-Goodger, at getting that free kick. And that time he went for the ruck contest. Inexperience there from young Brewer, I think it was.
That was just experience, Foz. Just leant back into him, made the Launceston guy just wrap him up round the neck. And
yep.
Easy as you like.
Cox-Goodger, 25 out, right of centre. Umpire says 4 points. The second goal for Brad Cox-Goodger. He's the first multiple goal scorer in the game. And that's their fourth goal of the quarter. 8-7-55, leading Launceston 2-1-13.
Yeah, they've certainly blown it apart this quarter, haven't they? Especially the first 3 or 4 minutes when they kicked 3 of the 4 that they've kicked. And for the last 12 or 13 minutes, they've only managed 1. So, yeah, that it was amazing footy that first 5 minutes from North Launceston. Open area, good marks, good leads, good skills.
3 and 3 minutes, just blew it apart there early on. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Here's Matthew McGee for City Park Radio Sport.
Tina McCormack up against Tony Aganis. McCormack wins it down to Chugg though. Good tackle, Isaac Hyatt.
So talk about on ball is now Declan Chuggs having a crack on ball as well.
Throwing them through there, aren't they, tonight? Nash is in there as well. Up against Pulfreman. Good for him. Free kick. McIndy, umpire McIndy. Chugg plays on, so if it's not, no, it is going to be theirs. So if it's not theirs, it's going to be 50. It's against Tina McCormack at the ruck, so it's going to be Tony Aganis' ball. Geez, he's been good, hasn't he, Big Tone? Tony Aganis kicks some goals. Bales, here's the run from behind we need from Bales. Inside 50, Leary. Jumps, can't get it. Ball goes out of bounds. Good defensive effort there from Launceston Bailey Kelp. Yeah, Big Tone went to Longford after leaving Launceston. Sort of couldn't really get a big crack at Launceston when they were up and about. Played some good Devils footy, he runs, and he just good positioning, boundary throw-ins. And he's been a pretty important player for North Launceston in terms of their structure. Here the ball comes down. Hyatt, good decision, gives it by hand to Jones. Hit up, good effort there, Launceston player in Max Scully. So Scully, Max wanted to go a bit more direct. He did not. He gave it to Pulfreman. Pulfreman's got Presnell on the wing. He's kept his width as Presnell tonight. Presnell, looked good off the boot, but not the accuracy. Cut off by Stingle, gives it to Aganis. The big cat's got plenty of time. In fact, he had too much time. He gives it to McCormack, who cut it off, gave it to Hyatt. Here's Jones, been their best tonight. Over the top here to Launceston player and Jacob Wheeler. And it's cut off by Mitchell in the back pocket.
Mitchell of the Bailey variety. Defensive goal square. Goes sideways now to Bales. Shorts it up to Nicholas. Nicholas takes his time. Lovely kick to Brad Cox-Goodger. Great transference to play here by North Launceston. Kick to half forward now to Ahern. Ahern has a runner in Chugg. Goes to him now with hand. Now to Cox-Goodger. Tries to get through. Tackle by Pfeiffer. Gone. Oh no! High tackle. High contact. Well, he was gone for all money, Brad Cox-Goodger, but the tackle from Pfeiffer just slipped high at the crucial moment. And it's now another shot on goal for Brad Cox-Goodger. Pretty much identical to the last one. Directly in front. 30 out.
He got it at centre half back to start with, Foz. Ran through the middle hard. Bit unlucky not to get that first handball. Let's have a look at this tackle on the replay. Oh, umpire was in good position. I think it was a good goal. Yeah.
As here now is Bradley Cox-Goodger, the number one for North Launceston. Playing with a lot of freedom this year. Kicks towards goal, allows for the breeze nicely. That's 3 goals to Bradley Cox-Goodger. 9-7, 61, 2-1, 13. And Macca a chance at one end for Launceston. And they just took it as quick as lightning from one end to the other. Ended up with a goal to Cox-Goodger.
Well, that's what they do. You just got to stop that run of North Launceston off half back. And as Max said, it was Cox-Goodger on that occasion who found himself there. And just took them on off that half back. And that's their game, isn't it? Just run and gun off there. Shoot the ball, rebound footy. It's one of the big stats in the AFL now, like how much goals from intercepts. You get the intercept, go. Just go off half-back.
Mitch Nicholas, once again, the engine room across half-back there, isn't he? And Bales was involved. It's left-footed runners.
Be an awesome bit of tape for the Launceston on-ballers to watch as to what to do when you get the ball. Just go.
It's Stingle now from the bounce. Aganis trails it, picks it up, handballs to space. Has to go after himself. Pops out, overrunning it. Hyatt. Now McCormack has got it. Tiernan. And he's tackled to a standstill inside the centre square. 48-point margin. 22 minutes gone. We're catching up with Blair Brownless. So they're underway at half-time. They're underway at Bellerive. Macca, second half.
Yes, they are. 33-20 still.
Here goes now with Ben Hyatt. Kick to goal early.
Clarence's way.
Oh, that's right against the boundary line. Easy spoil there for Bailey Mitchell. Out of play up there against his opponent in Ollie Barr. So boundary throwing, 55 around from Launceston's goal. 5 goals to 1 this quarter. 4 goals to 1 in the first quarter. Stats for Dave Gruber, inside 50, just scored a 9-4. So they've kicked 5 goals from 9 entries of North Launceston. Aganis taps it almost to himself. He's got it now. Slung in the tackle there by Tina McCormack. Another ball up. City Park Radio Sport next week back here at UTAS Stadium. Big one, North Launceston and Lauderdale. Now's Gillow. Nice handball to Hyatt. He's looking for Wheeler. Doesn't make him though. Intercepted by Ives. Now Stingle's tackled. Releases it to Chug. Over the top to Ahern. Ahern has time. Runs his full measure. Kicks into Lee, who's resting up forward and takes the mark. Alex Lee. Probably too far out to score. Kicks it to the goal square. Man on is Simpson. He kicks it over the grandstand. And it's another goal to North Launceston. Great kick from Alex Lee, the big fella. We see Ruckman sometimes struggle with those kicks, but he kicked that 45 metres, Max, onto the chest of Sam Simpson. Didn't have to break stride, goal.
No, he didn't, and only had to take one more stride, Dave, and kick it. And, what a lovely bit of work from Alex Lee.
Just the broken tackle back here on the wing, you know. They had to hold it for another second. I reckon the umpire would have balled it up. They spit it out, and then they're away again.
Yep, just brush them aside, didn't they? Like, they've got to make those tackles stick.
They had 1 or 2 or 3 on them there, and they just broke the tackle.
Yep.
Just released the hands, and out they went. So Clarence by 14 down at Bellree, 5 minutes into the third. Carlton, 4-3-27 lead, Sydney 2 behind. Here's a Garnis and McCormack. McCormack does okay. Finds it at his feet, butters up his own ball. Not going fast, secondary ball up, he's ensuing. And there it is, the umpire blows his whistle. So North Launceston, they've kicked 6 goals for the quarter. Launceston have kicked 1. Here's Bo Nash, can't get it out. Fighting hard, Launceston, secondary ball up again.
Been impressive, Bo Nash, hasn't he? He's covered a lot of ground in and under and used the ball well.
Throwing it up. Garnis.
Right on cue.
Again.
Down to Bo Nash. Over the top to Kerr. Gets the releasing handball to Avent. Scrubby kick. Here's Lee at full forward. Gives it over to Sulzberger. He loads the left foot up and misses left side.
How was Bo Nash used at Devils level, position-wise, Macca? Was he an on-ball type?
Just midfielder, midfielder. Yeah, half forward, half back, mainly mid. Blade Sulzberger, not to the level probably, but he's the replacement for the Bradley Cox-Goodrich on the left foot, explosive, can forward, midfielder. He's got lots of good games under his belt now, Blade Sulzberger. Here's a good mark in the pack. Good mark, Bailey Gillow.
Really good.
Just comes out of a 5-6 man pack with the ball. He's nearly the smallest in there. So Gillow, left foot, down the line, nice hit up. Here's Hyatt. Classy player, left foot, got to go. His brother's on, didn't see him. Going to go short to Jones, no, goes a little bit further, finds Presnell. So if they're going to control the footy now, they've got to keep controlling it. Don't want to give it away. Presnell goes close to that boundary line. It's obviously a set play, trying to go as close as they can to the boundary, get another stoppage. But they do well here, man, Shandon and Nash. Cox-Goodrich didn't have it. Presnell, inside out, Torp, defensive side. It's a good mark. No, it's not to Avent, who's going to recover quicker. Hyatt's trying. Bales is there, caught with it. Left foot snap, hits the post.
Conor McCormack.
Hits the post by Conor McCormack. Well, they kept it in. They fought hard. And Bales is now going to take it out.
Long kick, back flank. Looks like Lockie Mitchell over there. No, it's Fletcher Bennett against the boundary line. Shorts it up to Bo Nash. 26 and a half minutes gone. Maybe another minute or two of this first half. Kick from Nash, right up against the boundary line. Ambitious, and it was knocked away from Sulzberger by Burling for a boundary throw-in.
Goal to Clarence, scores a 40-20 down there now at Bellree.
Yes, as I said, catching up with Blair Brownless in just a few minutes' time, at half-time here in this clash.
What do you expect to get out of Blair?
Oh, we can. Just to get the atmosphere. How Jack's gone. We saw that goal he kicked, of course, and we might talk a bit about school footy. Something you've got in common.
We have to.
You could always ask him.
I like a night off it, to be honest.
What happened when he was driving the bus and it just happened to stop outside of Campbelltown the other week?
There it is.
We could throw that one in, couldn't we?
Okay, Dave Summers has got it. Right half forward. 2 kicks out from goal. kicks up to the goal square. Alex Lee in position over the back. Sulzberger goal.
Oh, no.
No, he's missed it.
It's bounced off Harvey Griffiths.
Kicked it into Griffiths.
He kicked it into Griffiths' back as he was in the way. So it's deflected through for a behind. So a gilt-edged opportunity there. Missed by North Launceston. 19 scoring shots to 4. 10-9. Plays 2-2. Deep in the second quarter here at UTAS Stadium. Josiah Burling. He's going to go the far side this time. Runs his full measure. Nice long kick. Off hands, close to the boundary line. Taken here by Summers again. Shorts it up. Finds a teammate. And just wait for the number to emerge there. It's Blade Sulzberger, who's playing a lot up forward at the moment. With that luxury with so many on-ball options.
He's had a few shots, hasn't he?
Yep.
He's had a few marks inside. How many marks inside 50 now for North Launceston?
In this quarter, that's the 10th.
Yes.
10 in one quarter.
So I said it wasn't going to be a night to blaze away big high mark. He'd lower the eyes, hit up. I reckon they've done it 6 or 7 times. Man, Shannon a couple of times. Sulzberger a couple of times.
Launceston was sort of preventing them doing in that first quarter. They only had two.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's Sulzberger from 45. Falls short. Fades. Over the back. Chance. Griffiths. Miracle worker. Not this time. One behind. 10-10-70 to 2-2-14.
Harvey Griffiths, the almost show reel tonight. Almost. So Burling getting a few of his stats now coming out of that square.
He's not going to come this side with Alex Lee.
What do you think of that one, Max?
There.
Should they count in the AFL or any competition as a stat? The kick out or should it be a separate?
Mark.
Anyway, we'll get back to that because Big Garnis puts the Dukes up and takes the mark 70 from goal. Garnis goes to the narrow side. Who's going to fly? Leary went under it. It's a good mark. Good defensive mark. Sam Foley. Foley goes square. Looking for Presnell out of bounds on the full.
Here's his chance, Harvey.
Here it is. Harvey Griffiths. He's going to be tucked against the boundary in front of the northern stand. Invermay Park end of the ground for our radio listeners.
Tough with the breeze. I think the breeze is coming this way.
He's about... the Wizard last Saturday was probably another 15 out and broke the 50 and kicked the goal, much to David Gruber's delight. He's a big Wizard fan.
Is he?
Yep. Loves him as a Hawthorn supporter. You would love all your players, wouldn't you?
I think he's got a bit of Ginnivan in him.
Who, the Wizard
Groups.
or Groups? Groups has. Here's Griffiths. He puts it out, Foz. It's coming back with the breeze. It's going to go through. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It's a point off hands. That was just going to be who gets it.
That's just inexperience as well, isn't it? There was no one genuinely trying to kill that ball.
Punch the ball, that's right. Yep. You needed a Foley or a McCormack. Some of those bigger fellas, a Burling.
10-11-71, plays 2-2-14. Long quarter, this one, 30.5 minutes. Sorry, and it must be imminent, surely. Little kick comes in now to Ben Hyatt.
Last one was 30.
In now to Foley by hand, to the wing. Bennett's there. He flies from behind, big fist. And knocks it out of play comfortably over the top there of Bailey Gillow.
Another goal to Clarence, and they're up by 26 now. Carlton 5-3-33, lead the Sydney Swans 3-3-21.
Third game of the TSL round tomorrow is at Kingborough. Kingborough versus North Hobart. North Hobart in a world of pain at the moment. A lot of injuries. They get Norton back tomorrow and a couple of others. As Lee now taps it to Chug. Avent to Nicholas. Wheels around on that left foot. Chips it out of bounds on the full, and that breeze, I think, is causing a bit of havoc with some of the field kicking now. Yeah, free kick here to Pfeiffer. 31 minutes and 30 seconds gone. Second quarter. The Bombers by 57. Pfeiffer under pressure from Griffiths gets a long kick away. Spills off hands out of bounds. City Park Radio Sport.
There's a kick down here.
Oh, sorry. Max, what have you seen?
Kick in the North Launceston forward line against Burling or...
It's going to be a North Launceston.
Wheeler.
It's against
kick
North.
To Chug.
It might be against North.
No, it's against North.
It's going to be Tina McCormack. So late chance here for the Blues. You're going to have to move it quickly. The clock is now nearly at 32 minutes. Tina McCormack. Oh, yes, took his time. And he got beaten by the siren. So a dominant second quarter there from North Launceston. They kicked 6 goals, 8 in that quarter. So 10-11-71. The Blues just a 1-goal-1 in that quarter. They're 2-2-14. So a 20-point lead at quarter time. There's now a 57-point lead at half time. Mackie got the goal kickers there.
Just closing the window up for this second half, Fozzle.
Yep, it's getting a little bit chilly.
Goal kickers. Bradley Cox, Goodyear 3. Simpson, Stingle, Manshandon, Declan Chug, Blade Sawsberger, Harvey Griffiths and Alex Lee. The goal kickers for North Launceston. And for Launceston, they've got 2 goals. It was 1 to Hyatt and 1 to Malloy.
Correct. Now, Max, they really set the scene there with 3 goals in 3 minutes start of that quarter, didn't they? It was a tightish contest at quarter time, but those 3 goals really put distance in this margin.
I'm just talking about Macca's window here, Dave. He's closed it. It's still open in front of me.
We've got to get the other one across.
No, look, it was pretty awesome footy. It was just lovely to watch those first 3 minutes, and you would never see better football than that at UTAS Stadium. And they went on with it as well. Like, they ended up kicking 6 for the quarter. Could have been 10 quite easily, really. Like, they ended up kicking 6 goals, 8. So 14 shots to 2 in the quarter. So could have really put a nail in the coffin for Launceston. And it was probably the mistakes of North Launceston that kept them in the game. It wasn't when Launceston got it forward. Strangely enough, they look best when it's on the ground, scrappy footy, and they can just force it forward. But when the ball's out in the open, they're just not quite up to the skill level. The way it's been delivered and that type of thing by the North.
As I said, for their support of our sporting broadcast here on City Park Radio. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have Blair Brownlets live from Launceston Arena. Back in a moment.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Go online, www.elgas.com.au.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Are you struggling with tech hassles at home? Whether it's setting up new devices, fixing existing ones, or needing one-on-one learning and support, I'm here to help you. Hi there, I'm Alex from Rent a Grandson. I make house calls resolving issues with TVs, computers, smartphones, printers, modems, and more. Unlock special pension and concession discounts, plus a loyalty program for extra savings. For reliable tech support that comes to you, call 0488 66 8324 or visit rentagrandson.com.au. Your convenient, reliable solution for all things tech. Rent a Grandson, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Put your trust in Rainbow Building Solutions, the experts for all your fully engineered garages, sheds, carports, patios and awnings. We can supply kit-only materials for your builder or owner-builder, or fully project manage, which includes council approvals, all inspections, concreting, and of course the installation. No need to deal with multiple contractors. No stress. Ready. Rainbow Building Solutions is a local, family-owned Tasmanian company with over 20 years' experience. For a free, no-obligation quote, please call 1300 737 910 or visit our website rainbowgarages.com.au. Rainbow Building Solutions, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to great TSL action, Tasmanian State League football, on City Park Radio.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium at half-time. It's North Launceston 10-11-71, Launceston 2-2-14. Another game going on in the TSL tonight, a rare night where we've got 2 games on a Friday night, but it's great for the spectators to get out and watch a bit of local footy. And down at Blunston Arena, we've got a special guest coming up. He's no stranger to City Park Radio. It's Mr. Blair Brownless, who I think's removed himself from the Clarence social rooms there and can join us. Blair, we've got you there. Blair Brownless, have we got you there at Clarence? I can hear Blair. I can hear Blair's background noise. Blair Brown, Blair, have you got us there? Blair, just having... Hello, Blair Brownlets. Can you hear us here in Launceston?
I can hardly hear you guys.
Okay. We'll try and get just to get... Is that better? Right, okay, we'll go with it. Welcome to City Park Radio, Blair.
Yes, good evening, guys.
Good day, Blairy.
Coming through loud and clear and magnificent conditions here at Launceston Arena. It's 7 degrees. The rain's coming down, but there's a massive crowd here, of course, to watch Jack Rewalt. Fantastic.
Well, first of all, before we get to Jack, Blair, give us the score down there. How's it looking for the...
You
go.
Well, it's great for the home team here. Clarence 7-12-54. Leading Lorddale 3-20. So 34-point lead to Clarence, and we're almost 20 minutes into the third quarter, actually. So they've been the dominant team all night, Clarence. As we speak, though, Lorddale's just kicked another one, so they moved to 4-2-26, and Clarence 7-12-54.
Okay, Blair, how's Jack Rewalt gone in his return after so many years to the Clarence Roos?
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's a great gesture by Jack. He was here early. He did an Auskick clinic. He always spoke at the Clarence Social Club to everyone at 5 o'clock, and then he's played. He sat at full forward all game. He's kicked 2-2 in the Clarence 7 goals. He hasn't had a lot of the ball, to be honest, but as I said earlier, it is raining, it is cold, and after half-time, I thought we mightn't see Jack after half-time. We might have thought he might have had enough because the conditions are not great, but he's still out there in the third quarter. He kicked another goal during that quarter. So he's kicked 2-2, and he's had a goal assist as well on Jack Watch. But I must say, there's a great crowd here, and isn't it great to see a big crowd at TSL football?
Blair, what do you remember of Jack's career at Clarence before he started playing with the Devils and then, of course, was subsequently drafted by the Tigers? Do you remember much of that early Jack Rewalt career with the Roos?
Yeah, it was amazing because I played with his dad, Chris, who at the time had the record number of games for Clarence, and very good player, big cabbage, a really big forward too. And then Jack used to hang around the club. I remember he was a 7-8-year-old hanging around the club, on training nights and all those things. And then I'd seen him come through as a 15, 16-year-old and play. He played in the Clarence Premiership. I think it was 2006, was it? And he was absolutely unbelievable then. What a super talent. Just a jack-in-the-box type player, wasn't he? He'd just jump at everything and get his hands on it and kick goals. For a 15-year-old, that was unbelievably good he was. So we knew he was on the right path then. We knew a great AFL career beckoned for him. And I actually remember in that draft, do you remember Mitch Thorpe went before Jack? Actually, they were the two big guns for the Mariners. They were the two big power forwards for the Mariners in that year. And Mitch Thorpe went before him. He actually famously went before Joel Selwood, as we all know, pick 6. And I think Jack went about pick 14 in that draft at Richmond, and what a pick that was.
You're getting as bad as your brother, Bill, just sneaking little Joel Selwood in there.
Yes, exactly. Well,
we're not talking Geelong, no, are we? We're talking Geelong tonight?
No, very, very quiet about Geelong. Even me, I got frustrated. I turned it off at 3/4 time. I just could not watch that. Very un-Geelong-like, wasn't it, last night? But having said that, Lorddale's kicked another one here. So they've kicked the last 2 goals. So they've moved up to 5-2-32. Clarence remaining on 7-12-54. So a bit of a charge here going towards the river end for Lorddale, kicking the last 2 goals.
Of course, Blair, Jack Rewalt's not the only former AFL player playing there tonight. We've got Alan Christensen, also got Andrew Phillips, of course, who was a bit of a rumour about the mid-season draft there. I think it's been quashed, but also McGuinness, Josh Green. So you've got a lot of players there with AFL experience.
Sam Siggins got drafted.
Sam Siggins, yep.
So there is a lot. I think the one that's really put out here is Joshy Green. He likes to be the focal the centre point of Clarence forward, and Jack Rewalt's sitting in the goal square, and Joshy Green's been pushed over the pocket, so I don't think he's totally happy about that. But Alan Christensen, he is really struggling. I'd be surprised if he gets through the season. He looks like he's carrying a bit of condition. He looks like he's got a sore knee. He can't bend over, actually. I think it's pretty sad state at the moment for Alan Christensen, who's been such a great leader at Lauderdale. Phillips is amazing in the ruck, isn't he? Andrew Phillips. He's up against Big Noah Holmes. They've had a great battle, but Andrew Phillips is playing really, really well. Sam Siggins is the one that in all weather conditions, he looks a class above everyone else, doesn't he? Whether, if it's dry, wet, or whatever the conditions are. So you're right, there's some big star players out here tonight.
Interesting, during the week there was an article about Andrew Phillips, Foz, and it was about that maybe a club out there could be looking at him in a mid-season draft in a couple of weeks. That would put a bit of a sour on the Lauderdale Football Club, wouldn't it, if they took Andrew Phillips out and he just gets a little top-up spot on an AFL list for the rest of the year?
Any truth in that,
Well,
Blair?
that was quashed by the AFL. Yeah, the AFL actually said that he's not eligible for the mid-season draft. I don't know how that could be, but
well, it's because the TSL isn't considered a good enough state league for it. But you can always put in a little submission though. You know, the AFL will change the rules if needed.
But Blair, before we let you go, Blair, we'll just touch on school footy, Sardis footy. You're still involved there at Guildford Young College.
My word, I am. When we headed up to St. Pat's a few weeks ago, didn't we? And we had an epic game against St. Pat's. And, of course, St. Pat's won that one. So Guildford Young College. Then we went to play Marist. We had a good win against Marist, and they're much improved Marist team, which is great. And then we beat our great rivals at North Hobart. We had a big crowd at North Hobart, actually, a couple of weeks ago. Beat Hutchins by 29 points, did that one comfortably. So we're hoping for a St. Pat's GYC final, and I think that will be held at Campbelltown, I believe.
Well, apparently you can't play past Campbelltown because that's as far as your bus gets.
There's a little story behind that, but we won't bore.
Well, there is a story. Blair's actually been overthrown this year. The principal's overthrown him as coach. He's now moved into a management role. And the bus didn't get to the start of Campbelltown on the way up, Foz.
Right.
A little bit late to the game, so it all falls on the manager.
Yeah, no, we had a little bus trouble. Anyone that's going for their bus licence, you've got two dials there. You've got AdBlue, and then you've got the petrol dial. Just pay particular attention to the petrol dial, not the AdBlue one. Little tip there for anyone.
Now, Blair, you still have a role with the Clarence Past Players Association down there?
Yeah, still president.
I told Dave Moore that you were the president, and he actually questioned me as to whether Blair would hold such a significant role.
I thought you were president of the club.
Well, do you know, it's almost a full-time job. This is going to sound a little bit arrogant, but a full-time job organising premiership reunions here at Clarence. And that might sound a touch arrogant, but we've got this, in a couple of weeks, we've got the 1984, we've got the 1994, I played in that one, and the 2004 premiership reunions. So, yes, a full-time job organising all those reunions, Macca.
Now, Blair, just back on the Guildford Young College scene, you got a young man, Jasper Hay, correct, at Guildford Young College?
Yeah.
Now,
Jasper Hay actually played in the Sardis basketball finals. Guildford Young College took on Marist today. Actually, Marist won that one. They've got a mighty good basketball team. And Jasper Hay played in that one for Guildford Young. Very good basketball. They basketball Tasmania, basketball Australia are all over him. And so is basketball. And then so we haven't had a look at him yet at Guildford Young College, but he's a serious talent, 6'5", 6'6", very athletic, and really talented in both codes, as I've been saying.
Fantastic, Blair. So before we let you go, you might just get a score update there at Launceston Arena.
Yeah, for sure. Score update here. We're 27 minutes into the third quarter. Jack's just gone up for a mark, been spoiled and cleared away from him. He went up against two or three players, sadly, but Clarence 7-12-54 lead Lauderdale 5-2-32.
Thank you, Blair. You're a great friend of City Park Radio, and we really appreciate you getting online and having a chat to us tonight.
No problem. Have a great call, you guys. Look forward to seeing you in the south of the state.
No worries. Blair Brownless there at Launceston Arena at the big game tonight between Clarence and Lauderdale. 22-point lead there. It's a 57-point lead here at halftime at UTAS Stadium. We'll take another short break here on City Park Radio, and we're back to set the scene for the second half in just a moment.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. Whether you're moving in or you're settled in, make the switch online today From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Don't lose out. Visit the website, choose your new deal and sign up today. Go online, www.elgas.com.au. Elgas, local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Stroke can happen to anybody at any age. The best way to help someone is to learn the signs of stroke and know how to act fast. F is for face. Has their face drooped? A is for arms. Can they lift both arms? S is for speech. Is their speech slurred? Do they understand you? T is for time. Call 000. Time is critical. If you see any of these symptoms, act fast. Learn the signs of stroke and you could save a life. Go to strokefoundation.org.au/fast to find out more.
A community service announcement from City Park Radio.
Are you a community group or not-for-profit organisation? The City of Launceston's annual Waste Concession Program offers subsidised entry to our waste centres for registered community groups and not-for-profit organisations throughout the financial year. Simply apply online. Head to the City of Launceston website and search for concessional entry. Don't miss out. Applications close May 29th. The City of Launceston, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to Tasmanian State League football on City Park Radio.
Dave Moore here on City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5 at half-time. We'll get down to Chris in just a moment, but I'll just quickly go through Groups' half-time stats, team stats, hit-outs, North Launceston 40, Launceston 11, 17-7 in the second quarter. Clearances, 18 Launceston to 15 North Launceston, so fairly even in the clearances there, boys. Interesting stat there. Inside 50s, 27 to the Bombers, 11 to Launceston. So 10 goals from those 27 entries for the Bombers. Marks inside 50, 10 in that quarter to the Northern Bombers, to 1 to Launceston, so 12-1 overall. Intercept marks, 11 to North Launceston, Launceston 6, and free kicks 17-7 the Bombers' way. Chris Sayer has been searching out the rooms. He went to North Launceston rooms at half-time, and what did you find out, Chris?
Well, I found out that the North Launceston coach is probably one of the most quietest speaking coaches I've ever heard, or not heard in this case. Yes. He's obviously very happy. He says their balance is good, their hunt is good, their pressing is good. He says they need to support each other, and also he wants to see them lift their work rate. He's obviously very happy though, so I didn't see any positional changes. Just keep an eye on Willman Shandon. He came off at the end of that quarter favouring his left leg. He's back out there now, but he looked a bit sore. He might have rested it over the half-time break.
Chris, other than that, fairly injury-free game at the moment?
So I've seen, yes. I haven't seen any other injuries other than that. And it is getting colder.
And the breeze, are you down on the ground there?
Yeah, the breeze is still favouring the northern end. It hasn't picked up any more than last time we spoke. But it is more than probably was at the beginning of the game. I don't think it's going to affect the game, though.
I think Willman Shannon's actually coming to the bench, Chris. Good spot there. He's looking a little bit proppy. I've got about a minute or so if we get underway. Mackie, you've got the team stats there for Launceston. Compliments of Damien Donnelly and Darren Lovell.
Yeah, individual stats. We saw Liam Jones have 11 in the first quarter. He was a bit quieter in the second, and he had 4, so he's had 15 for the half. Isaac Heights had 12. He took up the slack there, 8 in the second. Burling has had 12, but we'll count 10 of those as kick-ins. Polframan 10, Presnell 9, Foley 8, 7 to Gillow, 7 to Ben Hyatt, and then Rocky Barron. But the issue is for these, they've got half the team basically that's had 5 or less touches, including 5 with 1 disposal and another 3 with 0.
Yep.
So there's the problem they do. It's got to be a team effort. But we look for their leaders to lead them and to get the majority of the work. But everyone has to play a role, Max. There's a role to be played no matter where you're playing. And it doesn't have to be getting the footy, but it does help, of course, if you just play that role, whether it's defensively, stopping your opponent, win your one-on-one, and that's just got to be. So they've got their standard now, 9 goals, nearly 10 goals down. They need to use that as their leveller for this half, do Launceston. Alex Lee punches it 15 metres North Lonnie way. They battle through here now. McCormack there. Polframan back in the midfield. Here's Declan Chugg spinning it forward North Launceston's way. Leary just lurks. They spin it now to Cox Goodger. Neat kick on the left. No, it wasn't. It missed the target in Lee. He missed it by quite a while, actually. There's a free kick paid. It's going to go to Launceston on half back. Launceston now come wide. They find Ben Hyatt. A nice kick there from Connor McCormack. So Hyatt just takes a little bit too long. They start to get back to North Launceston. He goes down that line. Here's Brewer up against Ives. Ives gets a punch in front of Isaac Hyatt. Brewer comes up holding the head. So there might have been a little ear massage with that one, I think.
How are they using Ben Hyatt, Macca? I'm curious about that.
He's playing quite a way up the ground because, to be honest, if he sits forward, not much is going to happen. So he just rolls up, extra midfielder from the forward pocket, and he'll get on his bike if they win the ball and go. But at the moment, I suppose he just doesn't want to stand down there and be stale, which could happen. Alex Lee gets a second bite of it in front of Cox Goodger. Down in front of Isaac Hyde. That goes out of bounds on the full. Fletcher Bennett will take the kick off half-back or Bales, whoever was closest. If Bales is going to get it, Rocky Barron stands the mark. Carlton, things have tightened up there. Sydney 4-7-31 trail Carlton, 5-5-35. We heard from Blair at half-time. It's Clarence 54, lead Lauderdale 32 at three-quarter time.
Bales with the ball now. He's at half-back. Invited now to play on. Kicks long and high, close to the boundary line. Lee front position. Good spoil there from Tina McCormack. A lot of players around the contest. Shoveled out by Blade Sulzberger. And Josiah Burling happy to see it over the boundary line. So big second quarter for the Bombers has really put this result beyond doubt. And so the Blues now have to respond. Try and minimise the damage here in this second half. Lee wins the tap, close to the boundary line. Isaac Hyatt might have been held. Lee, great handball to Cox Goodger, who clears the area up here towards Leary. Almost took a good mark. Now he turns on the right foot, spots up Sulzberger. He'll be under pressure from Burling, who does pretty well with the spoil. Close to the boundary line. And umpire says it's over. Right in front of us here at level 4, UTAS Stadium. We're back here next Saturday. It'll be a sterner contest next Saturday for North Launceston up against Lauderdale, who don't often handle the big surrounds of UTAS Stadium very well. So it'll be interesting to see how they go there. From the ruck contest, Lee taps it down towards Stingle, shoveled out. Isaac Hyde gets away to Jones. Over the top to Barron, who'll be under pressure straight away. He kicks to half forward and finds the player there in Brewer.
Brewer, he's got Riley on, not a great kick, it's smothered, and it goes now in the back line to Mitchell. Mitchell squares it up inboard to Nicholas, been good. Oh, he misses the handball to Bales, puts him under pressure, but they'll come round again now through the other Mitchell. That variety in the long sleeve is Bailey Mitchell. Finds it out now to Bales. It's a good contest on the far wing. Getting up there with Sam Foley, comes back down to Ives. Over the top. Now he wanted to go. He goes now on the left. A little bit hesitant he was. Here's McCormack and Lee. McCormack gets rid of Lee, or Lee got rid of himself. More to the fact he tripped over. Here's Cox Goodger, clean. Declan Chugg. Over the top, Mitchell. Down to Sulzberger, one-on-one on Foley. Sulzberger's hurt the eye on the side of the head here. And something's happened there on the contest. And it's now Chugg up against his opponent in Oliver Atkins. He circles. Thrown out of the pack was Foley. Sulzberger's still down. Good pick up, Chugg. Here's Ives, the almost show reel tonight. It could have been again, but he missed the pick up, and it comes out Avent to Barron. Barron's got Jones to support. Jones wins a one-on-one contest, and he goes. That's what we know Liam Jones to be good at. Here's Ben Hyatt. He steps inside with serious pace and serious wheels. That's a kick out wide to Riley, and it goes out of bounds. It's got to be a set play, Launceston. Every time they go inside 50, it's okay. We're just going to hit the boundary line and go again, Max.
Well, they've had a couple of chances with a decent kick, though, to get it to Dylan Riley. Like that
but
one
he's still
there
leading
by
to the
Hyde.
pocket, though, isn't he?
Well,
Still leading wide.
He had to then because he had nowhere else to go.
Double back and go back towards the goal square, though.
You're saying a stoppage is a win there for Launceston?
Well, it is. I think it's one of their plays. Let's get a forward-line stoppage, see what we can do.
From the boundary throw-in is Brewer. Once again, kicks it forward blindly, taken easy by Ives. Another intercept mark. That's their second for the quarter, dominating that stat against most oppositions this year.
Just not helping Launceston's cause when they're not prepared to push back and man up those.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they've always got plus 1 or 2, don't they?
Stingle, beautiful kick there to Bailey Mitchell in the long sleeves. He's easy to spot tonight. As the mark, though, taken in the centre circles now by Bailey Gillow. Gillow shorts it up, finds a teammate there in Ben Hyatt. So Benny Hyatt made the move from Hillwood this year, doing pretty well, 15 goals. Foley has an outlet here at half forward in Presnell. His ex-St Patrick's teammate. Short is Polfriman. Will take the mark. He's a long way out. But they get a chance to set something up. He might have a crack here with the breeze favouring the Invermay Park end. If he sets it out, the teeth of goal, he might be able to float it back in. Might get a report soon from Chris Sayer on Manshandon.
And Sulzberger if he's got a bad eye or something, I think.
Yep. So Chris on notice. Stoppage soon. We're coming to you. Anyway, Brody Polfriman, who's twirling the ball in his hands now, skips in, crosses 50, kicks to the teeth of goal. It won't make the distance. Flyers wanted. Is that a mark up there? I think it is.
Riley.
Dylan Riley has taken the mark, adjacent to the goal square on the right-hand side. Strong hands out in front. So, should be a soda here for their third goal and the first one of the second half. For either team, Dylan Riley slots the goal for Launceston and brings them a little bit closer. 3-2-20, plays 10-11-71, and a good little patch there, boys, from the Blues.
I like the fact, Max, they were able to find, like it started with Gillow on half back. You know, they hit up, you know, a few experienced players are able to control the ball and then eventually get it inside 50 without that turnover. So good play, Launceston.
Yep, probably their best movement for the night so far.
It was slow, it was controlled.
But they kept control of the ball.
They hit the targets, didn't they?
Yep, whereas all the other opportunities that they have had when the balls hit the ground, they still keep control. They're winning the ball on the ground. And Foz said, you know, during the week, they've got their X amount of players who are the top, hard ball getters or
three in the top 10.
Yeah. So
Hyatt, Gillow, and who was the other one? Fozzle?
I'll take that on notice.
Okay, get back to us.
Call the play for a smacker.
Will do, Captain. Aye. Here's Stingle. He's swung. It's got to be holding the footy. He gets away with it. Here's Alex Lee. Up and under kick. The breeze is still there because it nearly comes back to him. Bo Nash is there. Good first half from him. He gets it back with hands. Here's Leary. He's dazzling. Where's the kick going to go? Shannon's back on the ground. Chris doesn't need to tell us about that one. It's a good contest there and a good win from Oliver Atkins. He won that contest one-on-one of Shannon. There's Isaac Hyatt finds Jones. He bounces. He runs away from Stingle. He gets it back now because it wasn't a great handball to Brewer. He's going to get a free kick, Liam Jones. Had a few of them tonight. He goes by hand. Connor McCormack inside 50. Who's there? Barron and Riley. Ball comes over the back. Bailey Mitchell sees it through.
Chris Sayer, injury updates, please.
Yes, Shannon is back on the ground. Good spot. Schultzberger's, it's not really a poke in the eye. It's sort of above the eye, just on that bony bit of the forehead there. So he's in a bit of discomfort, but he's sitting it out.
No worries. Thank you, Chris. As Griffiths takes it at half back. Oh, his kick smothered by Polfriman. Chance here for the Blues. Ends up with Burling. Has to put on the boot straight away. Semi-smothered. Polfriman keeps it in. But eventually it bounces out of play. 10-11-71, 3-3-21. They're underway in the last quarter, Macca, at Blunston Arena.
They are, Fozzle, and the score is 60-32 Clarence's way.
Okay, so Clarence are just...
Sydney hit the front at the SCG, 5-8-38, Carlton 5-5-35.
Thanks, boys, for those updates. And here it's 71-21, just the one goal so far through 9 minutes of this quarter. So the Blues have done well. As it's thumped straight out of play by Alex Lee.
For hit out number 47, I would have thought.
Grooves can. I'll tell you what, Max. It's hit out number 46.
Oh, I must have counted one twice.
There you go. You're right on the ball.
Oh, well, he's the Premier Ruckman. You've got to count him.
And the Premier Stats man here as well, Dave Gruber. Does a great job for us every week. Boundary throwing once again. Front position Lee. Falls short. Taken by Tina McCormack. Wrestles his way clear. Polfriman to Barron. Slaps it forward. Close to the boundary line. Hyatt nearly takes a mark. Has the recovery. Loses possession. Dives on it. Dives on it again. Is he going to be penalised? Unfortunately, he is. He was making the play, Macca. You're not happy with that?
It was nearly in the back.
And Stingle now kicks it towards half-back and taken by Chugg, who gets his head ripped off.
You got a team that's down by 50 points. He throws himself on the footy and it's just nothing for it. Is there the ball winner? He comes back though. Gillow. That's got to be ball 2, umpire. It is. Holding the footy. Good tackle, Bailey Gillow. Gives it to Isaac Hyatt. Inside 50 on that left foot. Spots Riley and hits him on the chest. That's a beautiful kick. Isaac Hyatt, left foot. He's having a good year. Isaac Hyatt named in the state squad.
And those three contested possession players were Isaac Hyatt, Bailey Gillow and Brady Pulfreman.
Pulfreman the other.
Yep.
So here he goes, Riley. Puts it out, hits the wrong side of the ball. It drops down. Who's in the square for Launceston? Pulfreman's there. He keeps his feet. Pulfreman out of bounds again for another one. So 10-11-71, an even 50-point lead. Launceston 3-3-21. You listen to City Park Radio. Friday night lights here at UTAS Stadium.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for all your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Here's Macca.
Boundary throw in. Left forward pocket if you may park at the end of UTAS Stadium. Young Brewer against Lee. Here's Benny Hyatt. Ben Hyatt snap. It's another one. Good goal, Ben Hyatt. Well, that is forward craft at its best. It's hit the ball at speed, off the hands, snap, goal. 2 for him.
Top of the square, across the body. Goal.
Beautiful goal. I'll tell you what, I've seen him play since he was at St Pat's Boy, seen him play.
Yep.
He was always able to do that. There was games where he would not be seen. And I think, even for Hillwood maybe last year, he was excellent in the preliminary or semi-final. I saw Hillwood play South. I think he might have kicked 5. And then it's just that forward pocket roll. It's feast or famine at times, isn't it? Didn't have a great grand final here last year, like a lot of his teammates for Hillwood. Great that he wanted to step up and play with his younger brother. And after a slow start of the season, Mitch Thorpe said he's one of the better small forwards in the craft that he's coached, which is a massive goal.
From the middle, Stingle knocks it out here to the advantage of Jacob Kern out of Bo Nash. He has support by Hand. Gets it away now towards Simpson. Simpson backtracks. Here's Stingle. This way, that away. Left foot eventually. Rush kick inside 50 might be okay. Good sprawl from behind there from the Launceston defence. Ends up with Pulfreman. Gets his hand free back to Burling. He's going to kick now low. Lovely kick. Josiah Burling hits that goal kicker Ben Hyatt on the chest. They've lifted the Blues.
Yep.
As Hyatt's kick now ends up with Jones. Jones centre wing. Kicked the only 2 goals of the quarter. Kicks a beauty here. Hits Pulfreman on the chest. He can play on. Now he's got Riley 1-on-1 in the square, but he goes shorter to Bailey Gillow. I think that is in the gloom there on the far side. Max, have I got that one right? I think I have. Bailey Gillow. And he'll be on the correct side for the left footer here. He's about 40 out. 10 metres in from the boundary. Margin 44 points.
And going for their third for the quarter, Foz.
Yes, they've kicked 2-1 so far to 0 this quarter. And we haven't seen North Launceston kept scoreless in a quarter this season for this long. We're 14 minutes in. Gillow kicks it towards the goal square. Won't make the distance. Lee. It falls over the back to Dylan Riley.
Everyone misjudged it.
It's misjudged in front. And Riley takes the mark on his chest. 3 metres out. 45-degree angle. And should kick another one for Launceston. And should kick his second. Dylan Riley kicks his second. And Launceston have kicked 3 this quarter. 5-3-33. 10-11-71. Where's the turnaround come from, boys?
Well, I'll tell you what, Adrian Smith is a quietly spoken man, and we could hear the first roar, I reckon, at 3/4 time if this continues, Maxwell.
My word, Matthew, it's really good fight back. Good 10 minutes of footy by the Blues, and it's the experienced guys that are bringing the other guys into it a little bit. Hyatt that you just spoke about. Dylan Riley's been on the end of a couple. That one was just I don't know what you call it. It wasn't lucky. It was just, even Alex Lee, as soon as it went over his head, he just stood there and bowed the head and thought, how did I misjudge that?
The whole move really started from Josiah Burling there.
It did.
With that pressure kick,
well,
he found a teammate and they were away. Is Lee now? Can North Launceston respond? Torpedo. We saw him kick one for goal from 70 metres earlier. This will be Leary. Extends the arms. Can't mark. Here's Burling. Little left foot kick will be close to the boundary line. In fact, too close. Over the boundary line. Out of bounds on the full. The umpire said touch some chalk. Brad Cox-Goodger's shaking his head. He can't believe it. It's the umpire saw chalk. So it will be a boundary throw in. A bit of a let off there for Launceston. Right in front of us here. The beautiful lit UTAS Stadium. It's a great stadium at night time to watch footy. Almost a high contact there on Lee. Tina McCormack tackled with one arm. No prior, ball up. Dave Gruber's stats here, looking at inside 50s this quarter. Launceston 7-4, leading that stat. 3 goals from 7 entries. Tina McCormack tries to barrel his way through like a big bull. He gets caught again. Hit out, still Alex Lee on top there, 7-1. 47-12 over the night. Got a whistle on play for a high tackle called by the umpire off the play.
Yep, kick to Chug. Just a bit of frustration there for Powerfulman.
So Declan Chug. Chance to launch something here for North Launceston.
And Declan Chug goes backwards. They're just getting back behind the footy and positioning himself here, Launceston. Nash, Jake Nash, finds Nicholas. Nicholas has to go short. So they're just stopping that umbrella kick right to the outer wing there at the moment. They've got to play slow, North Launceston. Chug from the centre square. Doesn't get to the 50. Comes down the front. Oh, taken high or ducking there at one stage. Might have been Sulzberger. He slipped, I think. Jones gets a handball, somehow finds Benny Hyde. Had a great quarter. Kicks it to grass. The race is on. Alex Lee just loping after the footy. He's going to be beat to it by Bennett. Fletcher Bennett, his teammate. Goes back to Jake Nash. Jake Nash twists and turns. He'll have to go backwards. It's a terrible kick. It finds Riley. Problem is it's 1-on-5 inside 50. Brewer has a lot to contend with, and he has to hold it up, Riley. Great 5 to 10 minutes this from Launceston Footy Club. He hits up, he kicks it out of bounds. I thought he was going to hit up Rocky Barron, and they've kicked 3 for the quarter. North Launceston have not scored inside 50s for Dave Gruber.
We've got 8-4 now.
Mitchie Nicholas swings it wide. Trudging after the ball, Theo Ives. Hit up, Bo Nash gives it to Jake. Jake Nash. Railway wing side of the ground. Oh, Ahern went to take it, couldn't. This is excellent football, excellent pressure. Ben Hyatt tries to put the foot down and does. Gives it over the top. Only goes as far as Jake Nash. He's tapping the ball. Well done, youngster in Brewer. Pulfreman there. This is excellent pressure. And Cox Goodger will try and settle things down.
Cox Goodger. Little chip kicks. Good one here to Kerr.
Sydney by 14 just before half time.
Back to Cox Goodger by hand from Kerr. He goes towards half forward. Lead up player man Shandon. Carrying a slight injury, but he made good ground there to take it on his chest. Short kick inside 50 to Simpson. It's a long way out. Man on the mark on 45. He's going to go back and have a look at them. They are kicking into the breeze this quarter, North Launceston. Since about quarter time, it's been a pretty stiff southerly, favouring the Invermay Park end. Sam Simpson, his brother Ben, of course, is in South Australia this year. Which club, Macca? Can you recall?
Who's this, sorry?
Ben Simpson. Anyway, Sam Simpson's coming in.
Sturt. Well, Norwood probably like the rest of them, I reckon.
It's going to miss near side, is it? No, it just got to the goal square. It was thumped through in the end. Nice long kick there from Sam Simpson.
I think it's Norwood, Foz. He's gone there to Jade Rawlings and the other 12 Tasmanians.
That's right. So it's knocked through there. First score of the quarter to the Bombers, 19 minutes in, 10-12-72. Plays 5-3-33.
Yeah, Norwood, correct.
Burling. Oh, the mark's dropped there by Pfeiffer. Comes back to Burling, though. Lucks a fortune. And Burling's kick is 1 centimetre inside the boundary line and finds a teammate.
Poor defence back there by North Launceston with that Simpson kick. There was just 2 Lonnie blokes on the line by themselves.
Presnell, I think, with the poor kick, ended up with Bo Nash. We got it to Cox Goodger, who's tackled immediately. We're at left half forward here for the Bombers. They lead 72-33, 20 minutes gone.
Speaking of Norwood, it was great to see Ben Donnelly, the big, not Ben Donnelly, the big Sauce Donnelly.
Yep.
What's his first name? Big Sauce?
Gee, how soon we forget.
Oh, anyway, we know the boy, the big redhead from North Lonnie. Tom Donnelly, named in the Sandful side.
Yeah. The play coming away.
Fantastic, coached by Jade Rawlings. But great from him. Mitch O'Neill in that side as well. And also Bain and Lowe, the boy from Devonport, played a little bit here at North Launceston. So 3 boys in the Sandful team. That's a taken high there is Cox Goodger. And he's going to get a free kick right on the arc of the 50 down the city end of the ground, far side of the ground. Yeah, Jackson Callow played in the first of those games for the Sandful. Has been injured pretty much since then. Maybe the game after that, I think it was. So he's just coming back for Norwood. Norwood having a great season under Jade Rawlings. So here's Cox Goodger. Left foot, not the best side for him to kick it, but if anyone can, it'll be him. Oh. He kicks it into the man on the mark. Commentator's curse. And it's gone out of bounds off the hands of Liam Jones.
Bailey Gillow there, the man making that spoil. So it'll be boundary throw in. 10-12 plays 5-3, so it's 3 goals 1-1 behind in this quarter. Macca, we haven't had an update from Launceston Arena for a while. How's it looking?
Yeah, Clarence 72 lead Lauderdale 39, 16 minutes gone in the fourth.
SCG?
14 points Swans, 10 seconds to go first half.
Polfreman up against Lee this time. Lee does win the tap, although Polfreman somehow gets it from behind the contest. Tackled to a standstill. So the inside 50s now evening up well and truly. It's now 9-6. Oh, sorry, 8. What's that group? 8-6. Thank you. Marks inside 50. The Blues 5 this quarter to 1. Now we've got a whistle on play. It's going to come back here to, is it Bailey Kelp? No, it's Tina McCormack. Tina McCormack inside defensive 50. Thinking about the longer kick, and he does so. Haven't got many tall targets tonight, Launceston, which is an issue. Off the front of the pack, Presnell gets it over the top there to Scully by hand to Isaac Hyatt. Underground handball. Just handballs to space to run onto, but the only person there is Ives. So a win there. Smart play by Isaac Hyatt because he gained about 20 metres and it spilled out of bounds without looking deliberate. So they can set up here 60 metres out. Thorpe would be very happy with this third quarter.
Yeah, well, we said after half time that they had a standard, like it was 10 goals or so. That's what they had to get inside that this half, and they're well on the way at the moment, Launceston.
Bo Nash involved. Sulzberger tackled. Jones fumbles. Bo Nash dives in again, ugly footy, which we haven't seen too much tonight for a game played at night here in deep into the month of May. It's been a pretty open flowing game. Here's Bo Nash now with a free kick. Kicks towards the centre. Over the back, Stingle with the spoil. Barron kicks it off the ground to space. Might work out okay here. Here they go through Malloy. Now to Polfreman. Round the corner, kicks all right to Ben Hyatt. He's 50 out. Kicks towards the goal square to Jones. Oh, tough spoil there. Coming from behind. I think that was... It was Lockie Mitchell there with a big spoil on Jones, who was setting himself for the mark. And it's thumped out of play. Good, strong footy, both teams.
I mentioned to it during the week, Foz, I know I've only known Liam, seen him play last year and only Good Friday this year. I was surprised he was in the stateside. You said his form didn't really warrant it in your eyes?
Yeah, absolutely. Not that he's been playing badly, but probably just not up to last year's standard.
But tonight,
much better. 15 possessions to half-time. Here he is again. He's tackled, though. Coughs it up. Advantage now to Nicholas at half-back.
Nicholas on the run and go. He's going to get it back here on the outside. He gets it and he goes. One bounce. Two bounces. He's gone from half-back. He's now at half-forward. Take another one, Mitch. He decides to pass it. He's going to find Leary, one hand up, can't get it, and it's going to be a turnover. Well done, the Launceston Football Club. They repel,
Atkins.
but not for long. It only goes as far as Bennett. So Bennett, 2-on-1. He's going to step inside. They're lining up here now, the Bombers. The Bombers find Bo Nash. Nash gives it to Jake. Jake Nash. Inside 50, it looks to be all blue. Burling flies. It comes down. Leary could have been held. Umpire said play on. Everyone stopped. It's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go to Launceston. And it's going to be a kick here to Bailey Kelp.
Tries to get it to Barron, who gets chopped in the arms. You mentioned half-time, Mac, and some more from these players who had many possessions. Oliver Atkins was brilliant there in defence.
Yes, he's won a couple of good one-on-ones. I caught him earlier on.
So long now from Rocky Barron. Kicking to the wing. Riley against Bennett. Over the back, Kerr. Long handball to space, only as far as Isaac Hyatt. Dishes it off to Jones. His handball's semi-smothered. In comes Polfreman. Gets it back to Jones. Here they go now, the Blues. Jones looking for an outlet. Kicks the middle of the ground. Good kick. Finds a teammate there, that man Atkins once again. He goes sideways, has to be good with the foot, and he is. Finds Presnell.
Man, Shandon had to make a real decision there. Did he go and try and spoil that contest, or did he just hold and get the next one? It was really smart because he knew that if he went to it, he probably wasn't going to get there, and they'd be away. Really good, smart play, Willman Shandon. Just those little things that make a difference.
Presnell to Scully, the Irishman. Oh, gee, that's an interesting kick, but it's going to work out okay. It's going to be a free kick here to Atkins.
See who's somewhat annoyed me a bit tonight is Brandon Leary. He goes up one-handed, Max.
He has 3 times tonight.
Is the other one being held, or is it just he's going up with one hand?
Just sort of turning his body and only getting one hand.
He's got a leap. If he goes up with 2, who knows? But just frustrating me.
Yep.
Ends up at half forward now. Launceston with 25 minutes, nearly 26 gone. 3 goals to 0 in this quarter the Blues' way. They have had the breeze, but they've certainly lifted their output this quarter. Not within range, you wouldn't think. 39 points, but they're certainly making a good account of themselves in quarter number 3. Lee kicks close to the boundary line. Atkins again involved, spoils it out of play. Getting close to the end of the game, I'd suspect, there at Launceston Arena, Macca.
What have we got? 21 minutes gone, 72 to 41, 31 points Clarence Way.
And half time, I think, at the AFL.
Yes, 14 points Sydney.
Big games of footy tomorrow around the state. Some big ones in the NTFA up here locally. Rocherlea and Longford. As it comes out now here to Harvey Griffiths on the left. Kicks up here towards Aganis. Meets it hard. Gets it on the rebound. Handball's intercepted. Ends up now, good chain of handballs. Blues into with Foley, who's met by Nicholas with a crushing tackle. Sam Foley wasn't going anywhere then. And it'll be a ball up.
That was a great tackle then by Mitch Nicholas.
Foley was going at a fair pace.
Foley was, he's got some good strength behind him, and he stopped him in his tracks.
Ball up. Isaac Hyatt, been good. Connor McCormack goes wide. Jake Nash, good contest there with Ben Hyatt. Wins it 1-on-1. Does Ben Hyatt. It floats inside 50. Dylan Riley tried to do a little tap over the top special. Trying to wind the clock back. It doesn't go as well as it used to for Dylan Riley. And they get it out now through Mitchell. Mitchell looks for Will Manshandon. Manshandon taken via the boundary line. Look for the free kick. Comes to Avent. Avent to Kerr. Kerr's going to say, give it to me.
Just if they had a tall forward, Launceston, what a difference it would make.
Yeah, so where's Jake Kilby at the moment? Like, he had the spider issue. He came back.
Yeah, not sure why he's out this week.
I thought he was good on... he was good Friday. He was their best player. There's the three-quarter time siren, 28 minutes a quarter. And it's 10-12-72, so it's 1 point for the quarter, Fozzle, to the mighty North Launceston team. There might be some other clubs having a look at this tape to see what Launceston did that quarter. But Launceston kicked 3 goals, 1 for the quarter to move to 5-3-33. So I'll give you that again. It's North Launceston 10-12-72, lead Launceston 5-3-33. And the goal kickers for North Launceston, 3 to Cox Goodger, Simpson, Stingle, Manshandon, Declan Chugg, Blade Sulzberger, Griffiths and Alex Lee. And for Launceston, well, there was a couple in that quarter to Dylan Riley, another one to Ben Hyatt. So Dylan Riley has 2, Ben Hyatt has 2, and is that Owen Malloy?
Yes, that's correct.
Owen Malloy has 2.
Three-quarter time here at 10-12-72, plays 5-3-33. Before we go for a break, Max, where did Launceston work their way back into it?
Yeah, look, it was a lot better quarter by the Blues, wasn't it? And certainly wasn't in their ruck contest, because we've highlighted that a little bit, where they've had everyone going up in the ruck. They've had Powerfman up, they've had Dylan Riley, McCormack's, everyone's had a go in the ruck tonight. But I think it was just, I don't know whether North Launceston took their foot off the pedal. I think we're going to give Launceston a bit of credit there as well, because of the way they controlled the ball a few times. Macca called it. They've done a couple of slow plays, just worked their way through the zone, hit a couple of targets. Probably unlucky not to have got another couple of goals or opportunities for goals. A couple of poor disposals into the forward line early, which didn't give Dylan Riley much of a chance. But just through perseverance, I think it got them back into the game. They've doubled their score of a half in one quarter, which Thorpe would be really happy with that, I would have thought. Be disappointed that they couldn't have put another couple of goals on the scoreboard. But overall, a few more guys started to get a few touches as well. You made the comment at half-time where there was 5 or 6 blokes with less than 3 or 4 possessions each, which doesn't help when you've only got 18 blokes out there on the field. But a lot more overall. Young Jones got involved a little bit, got a bit frustrated a couple of times, caught with the ball trying to do maybe the second opportunity when he should have got rid of it in the first. The Hyatt brothers, they both lifted again that quarter. Played some really good footy. But they've still got a few passengers there, Launceston, that, you know, if they could pick up another 6 or 8 possessions, these guys, in the last quarter, and continue kick another 3 or 4 goals and keep North to a couple, 2 or 3. Keep in mind, we did say the Breeze is going to the Invermay Park end, so, you know, that might help North Launceston and open it up a little bit. Quick movement out of the middle. Overall, I think Launceston would be very happy with that quarter, and North Launceston will be a little bit disappointed.
North Launceston 10-12-72 to the Blues 5-3-33. And time for a break and a hot drink. Get a cappuccino from our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut. They're here at the game today, right behind the interchange bench, and they'll brew up a nice hot drink for you on this chilly night here in northern Tasmania. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have all the stats, and we'll also have a chat to Chris Sayer on the boundary. Back in a moment.
Play your cards right with new LPG deals from Elgas. Whether you're moving in or you're settled in, make the switch online today. From LPG account credits, fixed pricing and carbon offset options, Elgas has got you covered. Don't lose out. Visit the website, choose your new deal and sign up today. Go online, www.elgas.com.au. Elgas, local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Community Care Tasmania is your local not-for-profit home care service provider in Tasmania. We deliver a full range of home care services with care and empathy. Our friendly, professional and innovative staff will tailor care to your needs. Ring 6334 0990 or 1300 722 400 and speak to a local, or visit cct.org.au to find out more. At Community Care Tasmania, we put your care first. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Want to learn to play music? Playing music is so much fun and has all kinds of cognitive and social benefits. Barrett's Music can help you get there. They can help select the best instrument for you, choose appropriate learning books and find a teacher. Plus, they offer flexible, interest-free payment plans. If you pick an instrument that you really like, find a teacher and put time aside each week to practice. Then you can play music. Get started now with Barrett's Music, 104 George Street, Launceston, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to great TSL action, Tasmanian State League football, on City Park Radio.
Dave Moore, Matthew McGee, Max Walker, Chris Sayer and Dave Gruber here at UTAS Stadium. Bringing all the action of this round 8 encounter. North Launceston 10-12-72, the Blues 5-3-33. Compliments of the Lonnie Stats boys, Damien Donnelly and Darren Lovell. Macca, what are we reading there with the Launceston stats?
Yeah, Liam Jones continues to lead their stats. 23 touches. He had 8 that quarter. Isaac Hyde had an exceptional quarter, 10. He uses the ball really well on that left foot. It's got 22. Burling 17. Polframan 16. Benny Hyatt 16, playing that different role further up the ground on this bigger ground and getting back in behind them. Kicked an exceptional goal in that quarter. So he's had 16, 9 for the quarter and also that goal. So he's kicked 2 for the night. So really good game, Benny Hyatt. Presnell 13. Off the wing, Gillow 12, Foley 10. And they've done a pretty good job on Stingle. He's had 6 every quarter for 18 for the game is the one they keep track of.
Chris Sayer.
Yes, Adrian Smith does have a voice and a few expletives in there as well. He says lack of leadership. He was not happy with that quarter. It's not our game, he said. He said they've got 25 minutes to redeem themselves, and he pointed towards the supporters. And incidentally, Jake Kilby's not playing because he injured his hand in training.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chris, for that information. Just got time to squeeze a few groups of stats into three-quarter time. And for the hit-outs, it's North Launceston 52-13. Massive disparity there. Clearances, it's pretty even still. The Bombers 25, the Blues 24. Inside 50s, the Bombers 35-20. Marks inside 50, 13 to the Bombers. Only 1 that quarter, and 6 to Launceston, 5 that quarter. Intercept marks, 13 to North Launceston, 5 to Launceston, and the free kicks, Bombers there, 25 free kicks to 14. Thanks to Dave Gruber there, best in the business for those stats to three-quarter time. About to get underway, today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge, phone 13 11 61. Station sponsor, Elgas. Last quarter action. What's going to happen here in the last quarter? Round 8 TSL. We'll find out now with Matthew McGee.
We'll see whether they respond to the coach's call in North Launceston. Smith, very animated, maybe for the first time this season. Bails off half back. He goes long, and Leary drops the mark he should have taken. Comes down the front now. Well done there for the Launceston defender in Owen Malloy, the goal kicker earlier on in the game, and it's going to be a ball up left centre wing, left forward pocket, sorry. Long way from centre wing, Max.
It was
lost my bearings. I've lost my bearings.
But also another missed opportunity for Leary.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got both mitts on it then, but just couldn't hang on.
Here is Leary. Speak of the devil, if it bounces, it could be a Leary special.
It is.
I think it's come off the boot. It hasn't. It's actually bounced sideways. It is a Leary special. Well, Declan Chugg looked to poke the boot at it, but it actually bounced 90-degree angles back towards the goal. And Leary, we were just saying how he's had a bit of a dirty night. That's him. That is him.
The freaky
Absolutely.
Stuff. Yep.
It's his first goal for the night, Brandon Leary. And Max, it reminds me already.
15 for the year now for Leary.
The second quarter is when the Bombers kicked those 3 goals in 3 minutes, and that was a pretty pivotal time in the game. They kicked 1 in the first minute of the last quarter here.
Yep, they have, and again, just threw a bit of chaos ball there on that opportunity. Just kept surging it forward, got rid of all the structured stuff, and thought we'll try it this way.
11-12-78, plays 5-3-33. Dramatic start to the quarter. Great goal from the boundary from Brandon Leary, bouncing through. Got a secondary ball up. I think it's all over Macca at Blunston Arena.
Yes, they're walking off Fossil, and I'll try and rewind this tape.
39-42 by the look of it.
79-42.
79, yeah, sorry.
79-42 Clarence, yeah. So
free kick, Stingle.
Interesting. Looks like Jack Rewald's going to finish with the ball.
Okay.
I'll keep this going here after the siren. So
Stingle, 18 possessions to three-quarter time. Kicks inside 50. Burling with a chop out. Oh, no, that's almost a mark there to Chugg. Ball's on the ground. Contested footy. Back to you, Macca. Jack Rewalt conversion.
I'll just rewound this.
Okay.
So Jack Rewalt, the siren's near but gone. 43-point lead. Put the cherry on the top. Jack Rewalt. Geez, a good set shot. That's goal.
Absolutely.
What a great way to finish. And look, as Blair said, you know, these players come back. He could have easily have gone off.
Summers tackled there by Riley, who's gone back. That almost a high tackle on Cox Goodger. But it's going to be another ball up. Sorry, Macca, go again.
Yeah, like, you know, they can easily go off. He's kicked a couple in the first half. It's raining, it's cold, it's Friday night. And every player from Clarence has got around him just as the final siren's about to go. So he loves Clarence. He speaks about them fondly. He's a dual premiership player. That's a free kick to Big Tony Garnis in the ruck.
Tony Garnis, he's
not quite sure where he's going.
He's walked around a little bit.
He's trying to just sneak a few metres there.
He's going to have to come
Kilometres.
back. Kick from the right angle.
We mentioned him earlier tonight. I didn't think he'd ever come back to TSL footy, to be honest, but his mates and friendships with a few of the boys from St Patrick's College have got him back. He swapped across the river. A Big Tony Garnis. He's going to have a shot at goal. If May Park end of the ground, Max. Don't have to draw pictures. It goes through. You were laughing at his runner.
I was.
Big Tone kicks it. What a goal.
He wouldn't...
Didn't look pretty, but it went through, and that's all that counts.
Look, if it works for you, do it.
I think it reminds me of, was it Aidan Grace, I think, the Clarence player?
Aidan Grace.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of,
yes,
he's also in the Sandful side.
Okay, there you go.
Aidan Grace playing over there as well.
Well,
So
second
he's going
quarter
well.
was 3 goals in 3 minutes. It's now 2 goals in 3 minutes, start of the last quarter. And the Breeze definitely favouring that end. And final score, Macca, was?
Yeah, so with that Jack Rewalt goal, it was the Kangaroos 85, Clarence defeating Bombers 42. So good victory to Clarence there.
So margin back to 51 points here now at UTAS Stadium. And we've got a whistle, a centre square infringement. We don't see that very often these days. It's going the Bombers' way. So everything going their way just at the moment. Sulzberger kicks inside 50 to Leary. Oh, that's a good mark. Outstretched hands. He's quick to the ball. He's going to wheel around. It's a Wizard Watson sort of shot, but not the same result as it misses to the near side. And it's one behind. You disagree, Macca?
Oh, no, it was a Wizard Watson shot, but gee whiz, let's not compare him to the Wiz.
Well, he does wizard-type things. Anyway, 12-13-85, plays 5-3-33.
We better fill our listeners in. Grooves is a massive Hawthorn supporter, but he's not sold on the Wiz at all.
Okay.
So Nick Watson has to do a lot of work to get into Grooves' good books. He did a little bit here last week. Grooves was quite happy with his couple of goals. Poor kid's played 5 games. He's had about 15 shots at goal. Yes, he's missed a few. I don't know what else he can do, though, apart from kick him straight.
Connor McCormack, long kick to the wing, out of bounds, under the big light tower there, centre wing.
He's a hard taskmaster, Grooves.
He is.
A couple of hardy patrons over there. They're well rugged up. I've got the binoculars on them.
Been there all night too, David.
Yep.
How are you going with that window open, Max? Still open on your end?
I'd turn my phone on to see what temperature is, but it's frozen.
Brownie throw in. Winter is hit here in northern Tasmania. It's been pretty mild so far, but certainly tonight we've got that southerly wind blowing. Out it comes. Here to Nicholas. Handballs to Cox Goodjar. Dangerous for Launceston. Oh, gee, what a spot-up kick this will be to man Shannon. He didn't go, though.
No, he left it for Leary.
Leary now chases the opponent there, and Riley. Handball comes over the top to Burling. Back to Riley. Oh, has support here from Presnell. Can't get it to him. There's Bailey Mitchell in the long sleeves. Now Riley tries to burst through. He'd be happy to take the tackle on and cause a stoppage here. Defensive side of the wing for the Blues.
Yep. And again, they gain 30 or 40 metres just by persevering, pressure, keep the ball moving forward, laying tackles, tapping it on.
Poor ball up there by the umpire. Falls to Polfreman. Gets a kick away for about 5 metres. Bales doesn't keep it in. The boundary umpires have been red hot tonight with the out of bounds. It was a marginal one, but young man's closer. Boundary umpires tonight, Max Allen, Noah Jackson and Quinn Elliott. Great job.
Noah Jackson throwing it in at the moment. Son of the great Mark Jackson.
Formed part of the formidable Launceston Lightning soccer premiership side way back. Our listeners might remember those years that the Launceston Lightning scores, Fozzle.
Yep.
He still speaks fondly of that time.
Oh, so he should.
He loves it.
Finished a premiership player.
Yeah.
Got the medal. Now he's taken on the boundary umpiring. He actually central umpired the Launceston Church Grammar and St Pat's game the other week.
Does central on a Saturday.
Even though he goes to Grammar, he did a good job. No biased, which is nice.
No umpire.
You don't always get that out. You don't always
biased.
get that out at Grammar, but
Speaking of umpiring, Max, you've got Division 1 game tomorrow?
I have, Dave, yes.
University Lions versus Perth.
Yep, if you're not doing anything, people, get out there and watch it.
I reckon most people have got something on. Dylan Riley, underground handball to Gillo. We're back to the footy. He's high. Tries to take one on the mark, on the chest. Rocky Barron fights hard. Good pressure. Launceston Football Club. So 12-13 leads 5-3 here at UTAS Stadium. It's getting a bit of a long night now, Maxwell.
Not for Alex Lee. There's another tap out.
Mitchy Nicholas, beautiful handball, gives it to Jack Avent. He looks inside to Bales. He puts him under pressure. He goes back to get it. Well done, Sam Foley. Pressure's on Bo Nash. He sweats on him as he gets up. Bo Nash goes again, burrows in, gets it out. Now to Ahern. Ahern inside 50. Leary, let's see what he can do. He can do plenty. He takes a mark on his chest. It's a left foot check. Oh! Hits the near post. Brandon Leary.
Oh, that would have been a fantastic goal.
Oh, Foz, I've got no voice left either. I'm out of
take over. Here we go.
Out of touch.
From the fullback, Burling, long. In fact, that wasn't Burling that occasion. It's the first kick out he hasn't taken anyway. Spills over now to Isaac Hyatt. Here go the Blues now. Dylan Riley takes a bounce. Needs an option inside 50. Goes here towards Jones. Gets a little push off his opponent. Ben Hyatt's there. Can't take the mark. Mopped up now by Ives to Cox Goodjar. No handball option, so he throws on the boot. Only as far as Presnell. Gets away from a tackle. Lockie Presnell. Spots up Polfim and he can run on. He chooses not to. It's 50 out. Might be able to make the distance you wouldn't think into the breeze. Sideways kick 45 is good to Isaac Hyatt, who marks 40 out.
He'll make the distance, Foz.
He's been in their top two or three players probably tonight, I reckon, across the three and a half quarters played so far.
Josiah Burling coming off. We might get Chris just to keep an eye on that. He looks a little bit inconvenienced.
It's not that I just cooked it, I think.
Yeah, he might be. He's replaced there by Owen Malloy. Back on the play, though, it's Isaac Hyatt. We're right behind this one. Kicking to the town end of UTAS Stadium. For their first goal of the last quarter, 10 minutes in. Oh, it's always near side. It might sneak her behind. No, it's out of bounds on the full. So it'll be a relieving free kick from the back pocket to Mitch Nicholas.
Of course, we saw Isaac Hyatt play more as that small forward last year. I think he kicked 5 down at North Hobart.
Yes.
Now moved more into a midfield role, which we know he can do. And his brothers come in as that small forward. So, talented brothers.
Cox Goodger back to Nicholas, defensive goal square.
Look at Cox Goodger run here, Max.
Now goes to Ives.
That's what I said earlier. The Launceston blokes, watch the tape of Cox Goodger, the ground that he covers without the ball.
Poor handball from Ives, ends up with Ben Hyatt. Chaos ball. Lots of blues there. Dylan Riley, but Declan Chugg, who's returned to the back line. Now they want deliberate here. What does the umpire say? Throw it in. But he was 1 against 3 there, Declan Chugg.
Did really
it was all
well
on him. As Max said, he did very well there just to knock the ball out of play.
9 points in it now at SCG. Carlton kick a goal through Charlie Curnow. 51-42.
12-14, 86 to 5-3-33. In the ruck, young Caleb Brewer. He's going to learn a lot tonight against Alex Lee. As Lee wins a tap out to Chugg, who's tackled immediately by Hyatt. Ball released. Cox Goodger, sweeping handball to Bo Nash. Strength in the contest. Gets it back to Brad Cox Goodger. Now to Bailey Mitchell. And they're away now from defence. Griffiths charges through. Breaks a tackle like nobody was there. Kicks to half forward. Nice mark, nearly taken there by Ahern, is it? Anyway, it's taken away now by Pfeiffer, who leans it back on a kick towards the centre of the ground, holds up in the breeze, and Griffiths takes the mark.
They're out everywhere.
Griffiths kicks inside 50. Almost a mark there, taken by Sulzberger. Recovers and misses to the left. One behind Blade Sulzberger. 12-15-87, 5-3-33. Margin now 54. 11 minutes into the last quarter here on City Park Radio, 103.7 and 96.5. Thanks to our sponsors, Elgas. Here's Matthew McGee.
Mitch Thorpe would have to be quite happy with this effort of these Launceston youngsters tonight, inexperienced. 162 points round one, just over 50 now, especially this second half. They've shown a bit. Nicholas taken in a tackle. Could have been holding the footy. Great tackle there by Jacob Wheeler. Now the free kick goes North's way to Harvey Griffiths. Griffiths, inside 50, finds Bradley Cox Goodger. Probably just a little bit beyond him. No, he's going to wheel out. Watch this go now. So he's going to turn the back to goal. He's going to set him up again. He's kicked 3. That's 12 for the year for Bradley Cox Goodger so far. So Cox Goodger, what a thrill it was last week for him to play with his brothers at Rochalee. Breaks the 50. He's kicked it. He's like a golfer that just picks the tee up and doesn't bother looking down the fairway because he knows where it's going. Bradley Cox Goodger masterclass. That is 4.
Down to Chris Say on the boundary.
Yes, Harry Bales has ice on his left thigh. He's out of the game.
Okay, Chris, did you see that when he came off? Was it in this last quarter?
Yeah, just now. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's a bit of an injury blow there for Harry. He's also, is he named in the state squad?
Yes, he is, Bales. Yeah, my word, he is.
Yep.
So, just here in the middle when he kicked the ball, I don't know if it might be a corky or something like that. He seemed to sort of pull up when he kicked it. So, someone got him a corky on the front of the thigh as he kicked it. Lee, McCormack, Lee tried to find Nash, didn't. Here's Jones, handball over the top with speed. Put speed on the ball as Liam Jones. Inside 50 over the back, Hyatt. Oh, it was a good effort. Through the front on contact, but Bennett paid him good attention. Inside now to Avent, goes outside on the kick to Simpson. He takes the mark and he goes. He's left Pfeiffer behind. Now they've shut him down, and Pfeiffer, he comes back. No, he didn't. He picked his pocket. But I'll tell you what, it was good play by the other two Lonnie boys to hold him up. Pfeiffer with speed, come from behind. Now gives it to Foley. That was a great tackle. Inside to Wheeler. That's the sort of things that just warms the heart of Mitch Thorpe down there on the freezing boundary. That goes out of bounds. I don't know how many times they've done that tonight, Launceston Footy Club. Kicked it out of bounds many times. They do prefer to go outside rather than inside. Just worried about that cut-off. Speaking of cut-offs, there's one. Tiernan McCormack cuts the kick-off from Nash. Big Tiernan. Inside 50, Riley goes. At the bottom, excellent front and centre. Hyatt to Hyatt. Ben Hyatt. This will be a great goal if he can kick it. He goes back to Dylan Riley. Riley goes. Gee whiz, that was a nearly goal again. I haven't seen Ben Hyatt play this well at this level. Or I haven't seen him this year like this, but I haven't seen him play this well at any level, to be honest. And the fact that it is at TSL level against the ladder leaders is impressive.
Probably did one too many things there. Maybe he should have offloaded it before that, but he's having a crack.
Oh, he steps inside, it was good.
Jake Nash now, short kicking for Summers, which under pressure.
It was a pretty good tackle, Mitchell, in the end, Max.
So Dave Summers back from the Devils this week. Oh, and Bo Nash straight through his hands. Lacks a fortune as it might be picked up here by Ahern. Ball spills out. Cox Goodwin arrested with Gillow. Caleb Brewer did pretty well there to get to Isaac Hyatt. His handball's in hope though. Towards Palfreyman. Bennett tackled. Strength gets a kick away. Gillow drops a mark he should have taken. He legs Declan Chugg and he'll take the free kick at half back. Declan Chugg is wide ranging in this last quarter. He's been across the back line and up forward. Now Bennett sees some space, so runs on. Gets it to Cox Goodger. Spots a teammate right on the boundary on the far side. Who kicks out of bounds on the full. Didn't quite pick up that player who kicked it in the gloom there. But
Avent, I think it is.
Was it Avent or was it Manchanda?
Manchanda.
Yeah, Manchanda.
You've got to look twice, don't you? They're very similar.
Out of bounds on the full. And Liam Jones, I'd say this is his best game for the season. Lots of possessions. To Conor McCormack, back to Jones, who's under a little bit of pressure. Kicks it nicely. And finds Isaac Hyatt, who's everywhere at the moment. He chips it over the top to Palfreyman. They're away now from the wing of the Blues. It's out of bounds. Attacking side of the wing. 13-15, 93, 5-4-34. Probably another 10 or so minutes to play.
Swans by 21, Foz. 9-10-64 lead the Blues 6-7-43.
Stats for Dave Gruber. 8 inside 50 to 6 this quarter, North Launceston's way. Marks inside 53 to 2. So Blues conceded a couple of early goals there, or 3 early goals.
Boundary throw in. McCormack gets in front. Deflects off his fist. Here's now Jones. Twists and turns. Good by hand. Gives it over to Isaac Hyatt. They've been really good players tonight, those two. Theo Ives is the gatekeeper, though. He comes back inside to Jake Nash. So Jake Nash goes up the middle. They line up. Bo Nash. Nash to Bennett. Bennett on the outside to Mitchell. Mitchell, that's Lockie. Over the top here now to Kerr. One bounce, two bounces. Foley hits him. Hits him hard to Sam Foley. Umpire says play on. Mitchell again. Well, they're throwing him in now. Sulzberger goes hard. Too hard, the umpire said. It's high. Free kick to Palfreyman. Geez, that was a big lineup of Sam Foley on Kerr.
He's sucking the big ones in at the moment, Sam Foley.
Well, he lined him up a beauty. It was a good tackle. He's going to get the ball here on the sideways kick from Palfreyman. Sam Foley, terrific 2023 season. It's been tough for them this year at Launceston. Palfreyman back inboard. Finds Kelp. Back to Palfreyman. Good for the stats this one, Maxwell. Palfreyman goes short. Finds Conor McCormack. Just defensive of centre circle. He's right in the middle. They're going to go wide again. That's Kelp. He's going to get it back. This is good tempo play, though, from Launceston.
Been a handy player, Bailey Kelp, come over from North Warrnambool Footy Club.
That's the Baz, is it, we were looking for, Foz, pre-season?
I don't know if that was Baz.
Where's Baz? Here's McCormack, Tiernan up. Looking for a little highlight late in the game. Bo Nash been really good over to Bennett. Fletcher Bennett goes on the outboard to Cox Goodger. He cuts. He goes left foot beauty. Stingle, it bounces on his toenails. Chugg, up and under kick. Harvey Griffiths and Ahern there. Ahern back with a flight. Griffiths! Has he finally got another? He does. Bailey Griffiths. Harvey Griffiths. I knew it was wrong. Two goals for Harvey Griffiths. And that's a great goal. As state assistant coach Mitchell Hills leaves the box. Just been here watching a few. Mitchell Hills, of course, the former Glenorchy South Launceston player. Part of that coaching panel of the stateside
It's a difficult
with
job,
Aaron
isn't it?
Cornelius.
You've got players all around the state, different leagues.
Yeah, well, they've got one up the coast looking at a bit of the NTFL up there. They've got NWFL, a couple down Hobart. Mitchell Hills up here, of course, teaming up with his old teammate in Aaron Cornelius and his ex-coach down there at Glenorchy. And it's been a big process for that state squad. That goal moves North Launceston 14-15-99. They now need Launceston 5-4-34.
Bo Nash gets handball only as far as Palfreyman. He goes to the 45 kick towards Connor McCormack, who's been pretty serviceable. Connell's the call. He goes sideways to the boundary line. Finds Isaac Hyatt. Shorts it into Wheeler. So Wheeler kicks high. Target will be Riley, will fly from behind. But gee, that's a mark to Ives. Good mark, Theo Ives. Big move to defence this year. It's been fantastic. Spots up man Shannon inside defensive 50. His handball's not great, but he can run onto it. Can Summers. Nicholas, I beg your pardon. Now teaming up with Fletcher Bennett. To Bo Nash, 60 out. Spears it to Leary. Second grab's got it. It was a really rapid pass from Bo Nash to Leary. He was going full pelt at it. He managed just to control it with the first grab and reined it in with the second, and he's 40 out directly in front.
For their fifth goal of the quarter, Max. Leary's had a better quarter.
He has, yep.
He's kicked the one goal this quarter. Almost had a second miracle goal as well. He shuffles in. Kicks 48. Umpire works too far. One behind. So 14-16, 100 now, the Bombers. 30 scoring shots to 9. To 5-4-34. Dave Gruber's stats here. Inside 50s, 10-8 this quarter. So both teams have had opportunities. The Bombers have made the most of theirs. So you go back. Yes,
Burling, as they bring up the 100 and raise the bat, the Northern Bombers. Simpson steps back into traffic, happy to take the tackle. Good work, Bailey Gillow. He gets up and he takes yards. He kicks it North Lonnie's way, though, and it goes to Manshandon. Manshandon to Cox. Goodger still running as hard as ever. They try to go the 1-2 with Ahern. Sam Foley repels. Stepping inside in trouble here now. The Launceston defender, and the umpire says that's holding the footy. That's up against Kelp. And it's going to be a free kick to Ahern. So Jack Ahern hasn't got as big a haircut this year, Fozzle, the big fellow. Ahern, I'm looking for those flowing locks.
Him and Dominic Hay were very similar, if I recall.
Cox Goodger finally comes off the ground. He's covered some yards today. Started on a wing, went forward, went back. Got plenty of ball in the defensive half. It's all about Jack Ahern. He has his shot at goal. We're right behind it. Looks really good. It is a goal. So good goal to Jack Ahern. 106 now. 15-16, 106. It's getting back out again. Launceston 5-4-34.
Max, we talked about how many players they can roll through the midfield, North Launceston. I think that's 11 goal kickers now tonight as well. So lots of scoring options. You're doubting me there? You're counting them up?
Yeah, I am counting them up, and I thought there may have been a couple
11,
more than that.
Fozzie counted them.
Yep, no, he did. It's only the two multiple goal kickers, which is a pretty impressive spread, isn't it? Yeah, for 15 goals, and you've got two multiples, one with 4 and one with 2. So good all-round return.
Chris normally gives us the injury updates from the bench. What about the injury update in the box here, Foz? How are we travelling? Still got your heat pack on there at the back?
Yeah.
Not many men can get through what he's got through tonight, Max. I tell you what, there's a reason why he's the captain.
It's Lee now from the centre ball up. Gets to Bo Nash, who's been really impressive tonight. Kerr just breaks a tackle easily. Kicks to half forward. Leary tracks it. Griffiths tracks it. Excitement machines, these two. Griffiths breaks one tackle from the boundary line. Tries to do a Bailey Flitch, but nowhere near it. Yes, Max is it should have been a handball there.
Well, I think Leary was screaming out to him. He was 5 metres to his right by himself, but
Leary wouldn't have given it if it was him. He'd have tried to do something spectacular.
Leary might have kicked it.
Geez, they're exciting. I tell you, those couple up there in the forward line.
Absolutely. Some big goals tonight for 7 Tasmanian nightly news tomorrow night for Josh to cut up. As here we go now with Presnell. Tackled. Josh Goodger, our cameraman.
Well, he's
And
not
Joe-
even on the camera
no, Joe's
tonight.
here.
Don't worry. He's got the
Joe,
apprentice on.
He's got the apprentice on.
Joshy Goody's just sitting in the back of the box.
Getting paid. There's, on we go.
He's the only one that is.
Don't know the full truth. Out we come now. Edwards. Bo Nash kicks towards the goal square. Aganis. Gee, Riley's up in the back line now. Big tackle laid there by the North player on McCormack. Here's Griffiths. That's another goal. It's snuck inside. Umpire comes back to a central position, says it's a goal. So a goal to Griffiths. He's second in a couple of minutes, third for the night. And Harvey Griffiths, number 29 there. And the margin now just blowing out late. What are we up to now? 78 points. And that wouldn't please Mitch Thorpe too much after all the hard work they've done.
No, it's just disappointing, I think. All the pressure was there in that third quarter. And, Max, they just haven't been able to get their hands on the footy.
No, they've only scored 1 point this quarter, so that's very disappointing. We know the bruise was going, to the Invermay Park end, what bruise there is, but North managed to score against it. They've got the ball down here a few times, but just the polish at the end of it has let them down there a little bit.
They kicked 6 goals in the second quarter. They've now kicked 6 in the last quarter. 6 goals, 8, beg your pardon, in the second quarter. Run away again is Burling. Hands off now to Polferman, who's under pressure. Kicks it straight to Mitch Nicholas. 26 minutes gone.
Had a good solid game, Mitch Nicholas, over 4 quarters.
Yes, he has.
Gets it to Ives, now to Sulzberger. Has support from Fletcher Bennett.
He's had
over the top, Jake Nash.
Great second half, Fletcher Bennett.
Absolutely. Great season. As Jake Nash goes sideways here to Nicholas. Jones was closing, but Nicholas took it safely on the chest. Handball over the top. Here's Ives going for a bit of a run. The big fella takes a bounce. Support from Jake Nash. They're all over them now. North Launceston back to Jake Nash. Oh, tackled from behind.
Oh.
High. I think it's Bailey Kelp again, who just slumps to the ground, the youngster. No, in fact, it was Polferman, I beg your pardon, getting up there, number 23. So, high tackle on Jake Nash, who's been pretty impressive, the boy from Devonport. He and Bo Nash really contributing to this North Launceston win. It's a long way out. Does have the breeze behind him. That stiff southerly that's been blowing all night up the ground. Poor kick off the side of the boot. Aganis. Big Tony nearly takes a big grab. At the front, though, it's taken now by Leary. He snaps for goal and kicks another one for North Launceston. So it's the Leary and Griffiths show here in the last quarter. That's his second goal of the night, both in the last quarter.
They're just junk time goals, aren't they? These last 3 or 4 goals they've kicked. It's
margin out to 84.
Late in the quarter, and the pressure's off, and Launceston have taken their foot off the accelerator if they did actually have it down in this quarter.
So they've responded to Adrian Smith's words at 3-quarter time, as relayed to us by Chris Sayer, and they've scored 7 goals in this quarter. 7 goals for inside 50s, 14-7. So 7 goals from 14 entries. Launceston backline's been under siege in this last quarter. Matthew McGee, take us out for this contest.
Lead to Bo Nash. Foley intercepts. He's going to be caught. Yeah, I like Jake Nash. He's a top-age devil, but he's actually a November baby. So he's a young 18-year-old to be, and he might be one that they get back next year as a 19-year-old pre-season. See how he develops. Still got a lot of development in his body. But I like his speed, there's no doubt about that. Here's Gillo playing keepings off with Avent. Gives it down line to Benny Hyde, who cramps as he kicks it. And it's a good excuse because it goes out of bounds. So North Launceston through Bailey Mitchell. Dylan Riley stands the mark. Mitchell to Cox-Goodger back on for the last few minutes.
I wonder how many possessions Brad Cox-Goodger's had tonight.
No, we'll see during the week, but he's had plenty. That's a great kick inside the centre square to Kerr. Kerr's going to go wide. No, he goes down the middle. He's got plenty of options. Bo Nash takes the mark, and there's the siren. There he might have found it, but he goes in front of him. So 29 minutes the last quarter. North Launceston 17-16, so a 7-goal last quarter to them. They finished 17-16, 118. Launceston, after a great third quarter, could only manage a behind in that quarter, 5-4-34. So what have we got there, Foz? 56, 66,
84
76, 84-point winners, North Launceston.
So they've halved the margin, Launceston, from pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. So look, little wins. There were some moments. They controlled the footy. They had a good third quarter, which they can look back on. But it was all North Launceston in the end, led by number 1, Bradley Cox-Goodger. He's kicked 4. Harvey Griffiths kicked 3, including 2 in the last. Brandon Leary kicked 2, including both of them in the last. And then singles to Simpson, Stingle, Manchandon, Ahern, Chugg, Sulzberger, Lee and Aganis. And for Launceston, it was 2 to Dylan Riley and 2 to Hyatt and 1 to Malloy. So that was Ben Hyatt.
So we've got Chris Sayer there lingering there, looking for a interview there with a couple of the players.
Get one of the Irish boys on, see if we can understand him.
Well,
and the losing side.
Yeah.
The Blues win.
Find out what he enjoys about football, Macca. It's a community radio station. Let's be inclusive.
Well, we'll see. Next time the Blues win, we'll see if we can get an interview with one of the boys. But now we've got an interview down here.
Let you in.
Interview down here now with Fletcher Bennett, the skipper of the North Launceston Footy Club. The winners by 84 points. Over to you, Chris.
Yeah, I'm with Fletcher Bennett. A bit different to 7 games ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Playing under lights is always a little bit different. There was a little bit of a breeze as well, but the boys were just excited to come out and play at 7 o'clock. It was a pretty good turnout. And, yeah, we were just happy to come away with the 4 points.
Would you like to play more games under lights?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit different. We enjoy the opportunity to come out once every year or so often it happens, but yeah, it was just another exciting night to come out. But footy in the day is probably, just the traditional thing in the TSL, and we probably just enjoy playing that as well.
Your opposition came at you in that third quarter, didn't they?
Yeah, as a back six, we probably just had a few lapses, but I feel like our ability just to put the foot down in the last quarter, I thought was we ended on a good note, which was happy. Yeah.
And again, the spread of goal kickers is a big plus for your side.
Yeah, 100%. We know many boys can chip in and step up when needed. You know what you're going to get out of guys like Brandon Leary, Harvey, but guys like Declan Chugg as well. And just, like you said, an even spread's always really good.
Next week, Lauderdale back here again too.
Yeah, Lauderdale, that's it. They're in good form at the moment. We don't know, who they're going to put out on the park, but we always know that we've got a red-hot contest whenever we play them, and, can't wait for next week.
And your dad put in a few Ks tonight too, didn't he?
Yeah, slowly starting to improve. Hopefully the hamstrings pull up all right, though.
Thanks for the chat and good luck for the rest of the year. Just a quick word from me too. There's a few injuries here. Harry Bales told me it was just precautionary. The ice in his hamstring was just precautionary. Will Manchandon ended up with ice on his left ankle. So he set out the last 5 minutes of the game. And Mitch Nicholas was clutching in his thigh as well. So seems to be moving all right, but he did have a bit of a hamstring issue at the end there.
No worries, Chris. Thanks for your work tonight. Great effort down there in the chilly environment there at UTAS Stadium.
Yeah, I might go and thaw out somewhere now.
Nice hot Milo. Thanks, Chris.
Okay.
We'll talk to you next Saturday.
Will do.
We bid you farewell and have a look at a few of the statistics of this game. Thanks to Dave Gruber. To my right here, has done a great job all night. Hit-outs tonight. We've got North Launceston 63 to Launceston 17. So Alex Lee cut out also on a couple of times there with the young Aganis, doing pretty well in there in the ruck. Clearances 32-31, pretty even. And the Launceston on balls were fantastic tonight. Jones, Polfram, Isaac Hyde, etc. Inside 50s, the Bombers 49 to the Blues 28. So 14-8 in that last quarter. Marks inside 50, 17-8. The Bombers' way. Intercept mark 16-9 the Bombers' way. And free kicks, they doubled Launceston's free kick count. Did the Bombers 36-18. Mackie, you got some of those individual stats. Sorry, yep.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, look, I reckon some pretty good games. I reckon one of his best games of the year so far, Liam Jones with 30. Pretty consistent all night. 10 kicks, 20 handballs. Some were under pressure, but he did a pretty good job. 14 handball received, so plenty of run. He started to get back to that Liam Jones that we know where he runs and guns. 5 clearances as well for him, including 7 tackles. So I reckon that's a pretty good night in a losing side. 14 contested possessions for him. Isaac Hyatt finished with 29, including 10 hardball gets, 8 receives, 11 contested possessions, 8 tackles. Once again, a pretty good night for Isaac Hyatt. Polferman had 26, including 10 in the last. He's starting to get back from that injuries and stuff, the interrupted stuff, broken leg and things. Burling, 22. Ben Hyatt had 19, including a couple of goals. Connor McCormack had 17 on that wing and half-back where he was playing. Bailey Gillow, 15. Presnell, 14. Foley, 13. Where are we? 15 hit-outs for Big Tin and McCormack. 9 tackles for him and 6 contested possessions. Was a pretty good effort. And also, that's about where we're at, fellas, for the Launceston team.
And for North Lonnie supporters, if you're wondering why we're covering the Lonnie stats there, that the Lonnie boys give us those stats each week. So
get the other ones during the week to analyse, but we don't get the live stats for North Lonnie. We
looked at some of the Launceston players there, Max, but who impressed you from the Bombers tonight with their big win here by 84 points?
Yeah, it was, Dave. We come to the game probably expecting the outcome that we've seen, and I guess there's a big difference between round 1 and round 8. Still a very comprehensive win by North Launceston. The conditions were a little bit different here tonight. They were a bit dewy. Like Fletcher Bennett was saying, it's under lights. Neither side play under lights very often, so it takes a little bit to adjust to that. But overall, for 3 quarters, North